What up, everybody? I've been transformed into a cat. Help! I can't seem to stop making biscuits on this blanket. Ooh, time for a nap, actually. Oh, yeah. How's it going, everybody? I'm your host, Anthony, coming to you from the heart of Lebanon in Zoomkeil. This live stream was not, excuse the hair. My hair is horrible today. This live stream was not supposed to happen tonight. I was supposed to be doing a gaming stream, and I did. I did a members gaming live stream for the gaming channel. For those of you who are not subscribed to the gaming channel, the link is pinned on top of the live chat. Let me show you guys real quick. It would be lovely for you guys to subscribe to our gaming channel. Here is Do Not Worry Gaming. Recently played The Quarry for Halloween. Been playing a lot of Water Park Simulator. Some American Truck Simulator, some Dark Souls. Going to be playing Dark Souls 2. Going to be playing some Sifu. A lot of indie games, a mix of everything. Went live for our members today right here. Played Thank Goodness You're Here, a recommendation from our beloved member, Marina Nimis. So if you guys enjoy gaming, consider subscribing to the gaming channel. The link is in the description of this video and pinned on top of the live chat. I'm a little bit tired today. It's almost 11 p.m. here in Lebanon. It's 10:48 p.m. And I've had a long day. I've been to the gym. I've been to the grocery store. I did some online shopping for my side hustle, the comic stash. I went to the bank and did a members live stream. I've done a lot today, okay, folks? But I feel like we have to talk about this because I don't know. It's kind of interesting. If you guys want to support the channel, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can also support us via YouTube memberships. Let me take a second to thank some of our beloved patrons. God-tier patrons like Elia Mujabir, Daniel Nechle, superhero patrons like Pee Wee Hernan, Bonnie Buns, Mitochondria, Dr. William Watt for the boobs doctor. Blonde patrons like Kazia Djorf, Lipton Ramen, Dana Ahmed, Danielle Richards, and lovely abductee patrons like Burp Reynolds, Jim D. Dukers, Polish Pusher, and Bat Pierogi and Yip McYib. You guys can also support us via YouTube memberships. We have a goal of 320 members by the end of the month. We're at 292 members. So if you guys would like to become members of the channel, you get one exclusive live stream every week. We did one last week. There's going to be one tomorrow. So far, members live stream tomorrow afternoon. Members, stay tuned for that. So the only way we can keep the lights on is through your support. So thank you so much. You guys help us keep the crew paid. So you can support us via either YouTube or Patreon. But there's no pressure for you guys to do any of that to support the channel. It is more than enough for you guys to simply like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a Do Not Warrior, engage in the live chat, join our Discord community. We have an awesome Discord community full of awesome people. It's very lively. Also, if you're watching the video replay, consider leaving a comment. And as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel. This live stream is at 29 likes. Let's see that number get to 40 likes. Fuck it, 40 likes. And Kate from Canada just gifted one Do Not Worry membership. Well, thank you so much, Kate from Canada. Very sweet. Let me get rid of this graphic. I'm not going to take too much of your time, folks. There's a lot to go through, and I'm kind of wondering how to go through it. Also, let me quickly thank some of our YouTube members. Members like Kavita, Peyton Cross, Leigh Harrison, Iron Moon, Kazia Djorf as well, who's a patron as well. The Outsider, Hannah, ZJ, Henry Winters. We got Marina Nimis. We got Jim D. Dukers, Benogzolotl, Carmen Mirab, and Andreas Trinks. Thank you all so much for your support. Seriously, we love you all so much. And CH, folks. CH, a.k.a. Chris, has also just gifted one Do Not Worry membership. We've got 2 new members today, folks. How lovely. So this is going to be about a 3-hour live stream. All these videos that I have to talk about are very long. So here, let me just move out of the way real quick. Chat? What up, chat? What up, chat? So, how do we start this? You guys doing good? Everybody doing okay? So, this creator called Cruel World Happy Mind 8 days ago released a video called The Fall of H3, How Ethan Klein Destroyed His Career. It's a 3-hour video. I watched just a little bit of it. I'll be honest with you guys. I've reached my limit with Ethan destroying his career videos. We've seen how many videos like that have we reacted to together. How many have I made? I mean, I made one initial video that was pretty badass in my opinion. Then I made a bunch of live streams. It's stuff I've seen before. I've heard it a million times. You've seen it before. You've heard it a million times. So I was like, holy shit, there's still enough material for someone to make a 3-hour takedown of Ethan. But to be honest, what it was more of was just she was the host, whose name is Madison, I believe. Cool World Happy Mind. I had never heard of this channel before until like this video was like I saw it around on like Twitter or something. I believe what the video was more of, rather than it being her own takedown of Ethan, it honestly didn't even seem like she knew what H3 was before she made this video. It seemed like she was just going through the online beef, like just explaining chronologically all of the things that Ethan had done in his career to like get people upset at him without really giving much of like her own opinion. Like, I saw this online and I saw this online. To be honest with you guys, I didn't really like the video, but to be fair, I also didn't watch a lot of it. He then made another video. Like, I think she got a lot of backlash on this video from, and we're going to watch a little bit of this and a little bit, we're going to watch like a few minutes of every single video. And then what we're going to do is mainly react to her calling into H3, because I saw a few minutes of that. And to be honest with you, it was horrific. It was really bad. I don't think she should have called in, or she should have called in way more like prepared. She didn't really know what she was talking about in terms of either H3 lore, what Ethan and Hila have done or said on the podcast. So she was kind of like a deer in headlights the whole time. We can discuss of why I think she called. Maybe she was pressured to call or something. But what I know for a fact is that she got a lot of backlash for this video from both like the leftist community, who was upset with her for not calling what was happening in Gaza a genocide. She kept calling it a conflict. So she got a lot of flack for that. And she was obviously also the H3 fans were very upset with her. So she was getting sort of criticisms and like a commentary from both sides. Something that I myself have recently been through, folks. I was on two subreddits at once. Everybody like bam, 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 bam. And Reddit has been off my phone for like 2 weeks, folks. We're doing good. So I think she was getting a lot of hate. So she felt kind of overwhelmed. So she made another video called "I Messed Up" to you, Hassan, and Ethan Klein, and Bad Empanada, but she removed the Bad Empanada part. So from what I understand, Bad Empanada sent her like a fake letter, which is fucking hilarious, pretending to be represented by Ethan's lawyer. Okay, let me just quickly catch up. We got a super chat. Kelsey 24601 sends $2 and says, "I'm starting the Anthony stop sending money joke." Kelsey, come on. We're having a good time tonight. No need to be sending money. Okay, but I mean, listen, this is a regular stream. So if you guys want to send money, I'm not going to yell at you. But Kelsey, no sending money. Stop sending money, Kelsey. Bad Kelsey. Honk Big has just gifted one Do Not Worry membership. Thank you so much, Honk Big. We've got 3 gifted memberships today. Lovely. And Nogzolato says, from what I heard, her kid got doxxed on Facebook. Thank you for the $2 dono, Nogzolato. Damn, that's fucked up. No one should be getting doxxed. This isn't worth doxing or anything like that. But yeah, from what I know, she's been going through some shit. So the fact she felt a little bit overwhelmed. I think like this is the first time she gets hit with this much criticism, much like it was the first time I get hit with a lot of critiques. So I felt a bit overwhelmed and I fucking crashed out. You guys know, you guys saw me. So she made this video. I didn't watch half of it. I like skipped through it. Again, also kind of incoherent. It's like a one-take video. I don't really, the way she's kind of all over the place when she explains herself. I'm sometimes all over the place, but like she really sometimes is all over the place, and she's really out of her depth with this whole topic, and she's trying to please. She doesn't know who she's trying to please anymore. I'm sorry for insulting Ethan Klein. I'm sorry for not calling it a genocide. This and that. She just got in way over her head. But anyways, he then made a live stream called "Am I Helping?" on her second channel, kind of like, again, talking about the backlash, looking through the script for her video, etc., etc. We're going to watch a few minutes of that, and then H3 obviously reacted to it. So 5 days ago, they reacted to her video. We'll watch just a couple of minutes of that just to get their take. They didn't like the video. They didn't like her take, obviously. And then yesterday, she actually called their show. They had like a 3-hour discussion or something. It was all over the place, and I honestly don't know who walked away, like who was satisfied by that conversation. Ethan and Hila didn't get any of the concessions I think they wanted to get. I don't think she was able to like calm and appease the H3 fans who were already mad at her. So, and like if leftists are upset at her or think that like she just gave Ethan a bunch of ammo or something, that's also not helping. Like her getting on H3, and I think that's why a lot of people were warning me like, hey Anthony, don't get on H3, even though they asked me to get on there a couple of times. But I will say, if I were to call on H3, guys, I would not answer like that. I would handle myself way better. Okay, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Dizzle McFizzle sends $5 and says, here's some kebab money. Well, thank you so much, Dizzle. I'm going to need some kebabs after this long-ass live stream. So But again, I'm not trying to be mean to Madison or anything like that. We're just gonna go through everything. I just think she was in over her head, and why I think she called. We'll discuss that before getting into it. So let's start with her original video. Let's just watch a few minutes of it just to get a vibe and a feel for it. Okay. Turn down that volume a little bit.
Wow, Ethan, great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Is Ethan Klein a joke thief?
Babe Nation!
My internet might be acting a little bit weird, but let's see. It's still working for now.
So today, H3H3.
Hi, Ethan Klein. I've food for coffee.
Just gonna skip a little bit. The montages.
Like conquer.
You're not racist, right?
No. I've gone
podcast.
vote over way less. I got the button. I'm ready.
You tune in to watch your favorite podcast. It's a casual stream where it feels like friends who are hanging out with you, talking about the funny things happening online.
I am a messy bitch. I say that all the time. I'm a catty, messy bitch. You were born fat.
I was always fat. Just a fat fatty. You look crazy.
And then I saw the back, and I was like, oh, that's...
What? Can I not speed this up? What is this? Can you have the option of not speeding up someone's video? That's weird.
That's pretty epic.
You remind me of Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
But suddenly, things start changing.
But at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm crazier than you are. By a lot. I'm fucking insane. I don't care.
The host of the podcast starts acting out of character, focusing on dark corners of society, dark corners of the internet. Suddenly, the host thinks that everyone is against them, even you, the viewer.
Okay, dummy. All of a sudden, you gotta get all bitched out. Like, give me a break, dude. You know, suck my fucking dick. Give me a fucking break. Look in the mirror, loser. You're the problem. You are the problem. Fuck you. So why are you expressing such dumb fucking thoughts in my chat? So you're a fake fucking fan. Fuck you. Get lost. I'm sick of it.
What was supposed to be your comfort podcast, the place you go after a long day, the place you went to relax, turned into a toxic war zone, where the host is even launching campaigns against other people that you enjoy watching. You feel like you need to pick a side. The world is getting darker and darker every day, swallowing up your favorite content creator. And before you know it, you no longer recognize them.
You guys want the chat box in on the React screen? Or is that too much? Let me know. Let me know in the chat if you like it.
Hi there.
Toby's Dog Walker sends $2 and says poggers. Well, thank you, Toby's Dog Walker. Thank you, sir, for the dono.
It's me, your old friend, Ethan Klein. It's been a while since we've last spoken.
If this story's familiar to you, you may be a former fan of the H3 podcast.
I am a former fan, not a fallen fan.
Ethan Klein began creating content in 2011 in Israel alongside his wife Ela Klein, then girlfriend. By 2015, the H3H3 Productions channel exploded, hitting 1 million subscribers by 20. Literature at the University of California, and suddenly he began experiencing intense waves of crushing anxiety.
Right before I went off to college, I started having really severe panic attacks. I was pretty sure that I was losing my mind. I wouldn't sleep for days on end.
My problem was like circular thinking. I could not stop thinking. And if it was one thing that was bothering me, something that so doesn't matter, I would obsess over. Like I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't help myself.
Ethan also has Tourette's. Tourette's is a neurodevelopmental disorder. It's characterized by repetitive, involuntary sudden movements or vocalizations, which are called tics.
You know, with Tourette's, I've always kind of like buried my head in the sand. I know I have it, but since I was a kid, the more I thought about it, the worse it.
Let's try to look at the chapters a little bit. So intro, the beginning, initial controversies, hypocrisy, Teddy Fresh copying. Let's see Teddy Fresh copying.
That hoodie is like our most iconic.
Wait, let me just see what's up with the speed. Can I speed this one up, for example? No! Is it just her videos?
Where you going, man?
What? Yo, can you guys check why is YouTube not letting me speed up these videos? The fuck? How are we gonna get through this if we can't speed them up? Yo, that's crazy. It's never happened to me before. Can someone look that up, actually? That's crazy.
Piece. It's our #1 seller. It has been for years. And like James Charles making, it's exactly the same hoodie.
It's actually been ripped off a lot too, but normally like
Here, let me show it because people may not know.
we wouldn't really do anything about it because what can you do? But I think in this case it just kind of
Everyone
hurt.
did, like it's disabled. Can I disable it? Autoplay. Oh, that's just autoplay. Yeah, it's not letting me drag the slider. Look at that. Playback speed. It ain't dragging. I'm trying to drag it. You guys can't see. Look at this. So weird. God damn. I'm clicking the dot. Nothing happened when I click the dot. I'm using buttons.
Way big.
And so who's actually got way
Let me try to
bigger
refresh
influence
these
than
fucking
we do.
things.
Thriving in the wake of his absence. He was
Woo! There
unable
we
to
go.
look inward and do
I just had-
any
I
self-reflection
just had
to
to
grow
refresh it,
himself
folks. Just had to refresh. God bless refreshing.
as a person. He was too focused on looking outward. Rules for thee, but not for me. How could someone who was once so well regarded fall so hard?
Wow, Ethan, great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Ethan was studying English literature at the University of California, and suddenly he began experiencing intense waves of crushing anxiety.
Right before I went off to college, I started having really severe panic attacks. I was pretty sure that I was losing my mind. I wouldn't.
Okay, so we were watching the oh shit fuck I need a Teddy Fresh copy.
That hoodie is like our most iconic piece. It's our #1 seller. It has been for years. And like James Charles making, it's exactly the same hoodie.
It's actually been ripped off a lot too, but normally like
Here, let me show it because people may not know.
we wouldn't really do anything about it because what can you do? But I think in this case it just kind of hurt because it's a fellow YouTuber who's actually got way bigger influence than we
Yeah,
do.
way big.
I own the the hoodie that Ethan's wearing right there. I actually own it. You guys want to see it? You guys want to see it? Fallen Fan Days. Let's go. This is a Fallen Fan. This is we haven't done one of these in a while. I'll be right back. There it is. It's like someone who it's like a veteran coming out and showing like his grandson. Look at my purple heart. This is proof, folks. This is exactly what Ethan Klein's wearing right now. What he be wearing. It's what I be holding. There it is. It is comfy. To be honest with you, this was a pretty good. This was a pretty good quality hoodie. It was thick. I've had it for many years. So, to be honest with you guys, this hoodie was really good quality. They've made other hoodies that I felt were less good quality. They had like I bought like a SpongeBob hoodie that was like thinner and not as good. These color blocks these are good thick hoodies. I'll be honest with you. I'm not here to lie. Okay. Anyways, just thought that was a fun little show and tell. Let's watch a little bit more of this.
Can't really do anything about it because what can you do? But I think in this case it just kind of hurt because it's a fellow YouTuber who's actually got way bigger influence than we
Yeah,
do.
way big.
And so it just kind of hurts.
Hila then shared photos of the 2017 sketches of her
I also have this original color block. I have this one too, the OG one. I have a lot of Teddy Fresh, guys. I have a lot of Teddy Fresh.
color block hoodie, revealing a pattern and color scheme similar to the sisters' hoodies. Initially, James responded with a photo of the inspiration for his hoodies, saying that he's never seen the Teddy Fresh
People are saying to check out the Bad Friends podcast. Bobby Lee calls Ethan. I'll try to check that out. We might not have time today because this whole thing is going to take a while.
color block hoodies. Ethan released the DMs between him and James and spoke further about them, claiming that James Charles
Really ripped you off. He literally said
Yeah.
are taking stuff way too close to the source.
Yeah, bring out Hila. Hey, bring him in.
Hold on. Let me finish.
I
talking.
didn't-
Teddy Fresh, we have designers, right? And we have a fairly large company. This is a common problem in all streetwear.
the company touched would turn to gold. Now, obviously not the case. The result of this is layoffs. Hardworking people treated like collateral thanks to
Anyways,
things being so poorly
She
made.
apparently used a lot of stuff from like H3 Snark, and they were upset with that. This is a 3-hour video. I don't know how to do this like justice or anything, but She talked about frenemies, leftovers, everything. Ethan's controversial takes, QT Cinderella, The Button, growing obsession, suing streamers, content cop, housekeeper lawsuit, downward spiral. They even talked about like the lawyer, them raising money for a lawsuit, like the original lawsuit, sorts of shit. Leftovers, which
Allied Palestinian militant groups launched an attack against Israel. Thousands of rockets were fired from Gaza into Israeli towns and military sites.
These 5,000 projectiles fired by Hamas marked the launch of a terrorist attack. Alarm sirens sounded in Israel. The Iron Dome, Israel's defense system, was put in place. The Nova Music Festival was the scene of the largest massacre, with over 360 festival goers killed and 44 taken hostage.
This is undoubtedly where this video could probably become extensively divided and controversial, as many people have widely different algorithms online, or even know different people who are directly
1 sec, I'm gonna keep replaying just because I gotta
affected by this conflict, which makes everything very personal and causes them to view everything from a personal but deeply divided lens. It's a huge reason why I always felt very hesitant to speak in depth about the situation. For personal reference, my brother passed away on October 3rd of 2023. So when all of this took place, I was in mourning over a very personal situation and wasn't fully there mentally. Anyways, my understanding is that Jewish individuals have dealt with anti-Semitism their whole life. They're aware of the Holocaust and many other instances where groups of people have tried to completely wipe them off the map entirely. They've wanted to defend themselves, come together with some sort of...
Let's move on to her second video where she kind of... we don't have time to watch this, but she accused, basically, she like hinted that Ethan and Eli were like pedophiles through like Teddy Fresh. It was honestly a little bit weird. I can't find the part. Was it in the Teddy Fresh part?
Epidemic that was tearing apart lives, families, worst of all, social media. That was the issue, that sometimes people looked differently in photos than they did in real life. This video gained 13 million views. People were really concerned that women were deceiving people, these tricksters, these witches. And the main person that Ethan called out in the video was Trisha Paytas, who he called the spokesperson.
You might have cut those parts out, to be honest with you. I think she cut a lot of shit out of this video. Okay, so she removed it, huh? Yeah, okay, so she removed a lot of shit. Anyways. Let's go back to her channel. Then she made a video being like, I messed up. I'm sorry.
Israel is 100% committing a genocide. And I feel so deeply ashamed of myself and disappointed that my video could have been interpreted.
Actually, before that, one more thing. Let's just read some of the comments down on that video. It's not a conflict, it's a genocide. Surely your research, not to mention the myriad of images and reports all over social media, has at least led you to that conclusion. For anyone reading this, here are a few resources, etc. I think that implying that Ethan and Ela is a PDF file or adjacent because of colorful clothing is absolutely unhinged. I'm not even a fan of H3, but the lack of basic research is actually insane. I just watched you concede every research point in this video to H3 on their podcast. Okay, so that's for later. For the life of me, I cannot fathom why you have not taken this down. And her bio does say, if you go to her channel, weirdly enough, I like to research things. But it was like, let's just call it, I don't have time to watch it. It's 3 hours. I literally do not have time, but it's a very badly researched video. Gaming channel anymore. So this is her other video. Kind of like already starting to apologize, and she's apologizing to Ethan, to Hassan, to Bad and Panada.
Interpreted in any other way. This is the first time that I'm going to try filming a video without doing any cuts and just speaking openly, honestly, uncensored. So hopefully YouTube doesn't take this video down and people don't mass report it. But yeah, when I first made that video or announced that I was going to make that video, I guess it was posted on the H3 podcast subreddit. And I started receiving a ton of just mass hate comments, hate messages, almost threats not to post the video. And so I went into making that video with the intention of essentially trying to make an unbiased video, but I could see how doing that created a sort of a video that made it look like I was fence sitting, and that's not my stance at all, and I'm really disappointed that that's how it looked. I had seen Ethan do streams where he's reporting videos as terrorist, promoting terror.
I wouldn't say she was fence sitting. I mean, not calling it a genocide, okay, I guess, but like she was basically reciting all of the like talking points that we've discussed for a while and a lot of maybe other things. But I mean, for the most part, she wasn't fence sitting. It was an anti-Ethan video. The video was called like how Ethan like killed his channel or something. So there was no fence sitting on that side, but it never felt like she was sharing her own opinion. She was just sharing other people's opinions, what she sees online. Oh, people seem to be saying that Ethan has done this, or people seem to be saying that he's obsessed with iDubbbz, or people seem to be saying that Ethan is like that. It didn't seem like any of it came from her, so I just question her reasoning for doing all of this. You know what I mean? And like, was it just like it was just, I think, a way to get views. She saw like the Ethan topic was getting, like, for me, the only reason I ever talked about it was because I was a massive fan and I felt like I had to talk about it. I'm like, if anyone is going to talk about this, it's a fallen fan. And like, I was trying to, like, you know, discuss it with other fans, etc., etc. In this case, she just kind of like parachuted herself into this whole situation and was like, hey, let me make an Ethan Klein video and then try to relate it somehow to Palestine. But she doesn't know anything about what's happening in Palestine, and she doesn't know anything about Ethan Klein and the H3 podcast. So the whole thing is just like kind of a nothing video, and the audience, I guess, and again, nothing against her. It happens. We've all made fucking shitty videos. But like the audience kind of saw through it. No one was really like, I don't know if people really like the video, if anyone likes the video that she made.
And I did not want that to happen to my video after weeks of research and effort put into the video. And honestly, I was afraid that making certain statements would increase that possibility of the video getting taken down. I had seen sort of a lot of really harsh messages, harsh comments, and was afraid, essentially. And ultimately, that made my video look cowardly. It made it look like I was fence-sitting, like I was a centrist, and that's really embarrassing. I hope that overall my stance comes across, but I also knew that I was out of my depth in covering Palestine, and that's why I was trying to recommend podcasts and things of that nature. So anyways, I hope that also there's not random people that are watching this that have no idea what I'm talking about.
But her heart is in the right place. I also want to give her credit. Like, I think she wants to help. She's seeing all of this support for Palestine. She doesn't know how she wants to help, but like her idea that like, I'm going to help Palestine by making like an Ethan Klein video. But her heart is in the right place. She wants to spread a good message. Let me just hear that again.
That's why I was trying to recommend podcasts and things of that nature. So anyways, I hope that also there's not random people that are watching this that have no idea what I'm talking about. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I just covered a video on H3 and Ethan Klein, and in that I talked about the Israel-Palestine genocide that's happening, except for I used the word conflict because I was so nervous that—
Molly Harrington has just become a member. Welcome, Molly Harrington, to the Do Not Worry family. W's in the chat for Molly.
YouTube would take the video down. I was nervous about censorship. That's been a huge issue that's happened.
Yeah, so she says she was nervous because if she says the word genocide, she thinks YouTube is going to censor. And look, I don't blame her for thinking that. Don't forget, Google has accepted a $50 million injection from the Israeli government to run pro-Israeli and pro-IDF ads on YouTube, on Google, to deny that there was ever like a hunger and stuff. We've talked about that a bunch of times on the show. So you can be afraid of those things, and look, with all the censorship that's happening on TikTok and Instagram, all that sort of thing, you can't blame her. But we've all been talking about the genocide for 2 years now, calling it a genocide. You can use the word genocide, and your video should be fine. So yeah.
Just recently, over the past videos, the video that I did on Anna Paul, I heavily censored because she was an OF creator, is an OF creator, and it still got completely demonetized. Weeks and weeks of work just completely gone, essentially unmonetized. You know, I've done videos on certain creators where they've sent me 13 copyright claims over a fair use video that I've worked really hard to make fair use, and still for days, weeks, it goes unmonetized because of that. So
we're gonna skip ahead a few minutes just randomly. This is like a very train of thought. She doesn't take any cuts. There's no cuts or anything.
That's why the Palestinian people—
And I guess, and by the way, I'm also not an expert on Palestine or anything like that, but like, I guess I know a little bit more about her, and I'm from the area, so I can give you guys like my real life lived experience, to quote Ethan. Being Lebanese, being in Lebanon, living under Israeli bombardment from time to time, etc., under the constant threat of Israel. So I mean, I just have like that advantage in that terms, but like they're like Chris Kunzler knows way more about the area than I do. I'm not a political commentator. She's not a political commentator. It's not fair to expect any of us to be like fucking experts on the topic. I don't, but like when you're making a 3-hour video where it's not like a live stream, like sometimes someone asks me a question and I have to answer off the cuff, like who's the prime minister? Like, I don't fucking know. She had, I don't know how long to work on this video, edit it into a 3-hour fucking Lord of the Rings movie. So if you have the benefit of like editing and post-production and stuff, then yeah, you should do your research and you should know what you're talking about. You have no excuse. Once you have the benefit of post-production, and editing and time, you don't need to say things that you're not sure of. You can look into it. There's a lot of interviews that you can watch. There's a lot of books that you can read, a lot of literature, etc. So in that case, it's a little bit different.
Would try to fight back, and why Hamas came to be in the first place. Yeah, I think that I was afraid to use certain phrasing that was a little bit too intense.
I'm not, man with long last name. I'm not trying to gatekeep anything, but she's literally telling you that like I'm out of my depth and like I don't know what I'm talking about and stuff like that. Anyone can definitely, I encourage everyone to talk about it, because the only way Palestine has been able to remain in the public conversation, because normally the news cycle moves like this. People move on from shit in a fucking day and a half. Why has Gaza remained on top of all of our fucking minds? Because we keep talking about it. Everyone talks about it. Experts, non-experts, everyone, any human being. So that's not what I'm trying to say. But she's making like a 3-hour video essay. There's a little bit more responsibility that goes with that. Because then she's gonna get called out, and now she was invited on H3 and she couldn't defend any of her positions. That's where the problem is.
Hence in that video, because like I said, Ethan has reported videos, and YouTube is very intense. Certain words get used and a video will get taken down completely. I used the Suicide Forest video from Logan Paul for 10 seconds once in a Jake Paul.
And with long last name, yes, you were making, I'm not saying you're making any accusation. It's all love, my people, it's all love.
Logan Paul deep dive that was about 3 hours long. 10 seconds of footage from that, and the video got.
We got the Bunker Cats in the house. The Bunker Cats are, yeah, and she did say she has a team or something. Hello, Bunker Cats.
Wiped entirely from YouTube. It's been rough out here, and I've been afraid because of that. Yeah, and that's just all honesty. I know that YouTube has come out with some statements saying that they're making it easier to cuss, but I've been and say certain phrases, but I've been.
Nogzalato sends $2 and says, I left a comment recommending Overzealots and Chris. Overzealots and Chris Kunzler would be amazing guests on H3 when it comes to the knowledge, their like Palestine knowledge and everything. Particularly, I mean, Chris Kunzler. I think we have all already elected Chris Kunzler as our chosen representative. The only advantage I would say I would have is just my knowledge of H3 and me knowing a lot of the lore, and I feel like me knowing how to talk to Ethan about certain things because I've watched them for so long. But when it comes to like knowledge and facts about Palestine, no one touches Chris Kunzler.
Terrified to do that because of my past experiences. And that's just me being entirely honest. But I would still love to know what you think I should do with that video, if I should just take out the Palestine section in general. I know that there have been a lot of theories that...
So anyways, just the fact that she's making this video shows that she's kind-hearted and she's taking all of this criticism to heart, and she's feeling overwhelmed because she's getting it from all sides. People aren't thinking she's enough of a leftist. Why did you not call it a genocide? Why are you fence-sitting? Other people like, why are you accusing Ethan of being a pedophile? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? She was just fucking getting shit. So I think it didn't stop there, and it kept going for a couple of days. Dizzle McFizzle sends $2 and says, Yahmad, he's calling me a donkey. Dizzle, you calling me a donkey? Whoever, this man has known Arabic for 3 weeks now, and what he's done with his new skill is astounding. Ator95 sends 100 ARS and says it was a bad faith video. You do not need to have bias to see how being a lib, Zionist, and getting obsessive with Hassan made Ethan into pedo troll. H3 fell off. Oh yeah, well, we know H3 fell off. I don't know if I understood the rest of this. Now being a lib, Zionist, and being... Oh yeah, no, I mean, yeah, Ethan, we know. You're describing Ethan. Dizzle sends another $2 and says JK, JK, JK. He was pedo troll before, though. He was pedo troll before he was Uber Zio troll. Thank you, Dizzle, for the other $2. So that's her video here. She was apologizing to everyone, apologizing to Hassan fans, to Ethan fans, to Bad Empanada, thinking that he was gonna sue her, etc. Let's see some of the comments on this video. Bad Empanada could start a fight in an empty room. By the way, Bad Empanada, the fact that he used... What was hilarious was that Bad Empanada basically predicted the future. He sent her an email being like, hey, I might sue you, and this is my lawyer, because we all know Ethan wanted to sue her. When Ethan and Ela were reacting to that video on their channel, they kept mentioning, like, defamation, maybe we might sue her, and I think that's one of the reasons she ended up calling. But the fact that Bad Empanada sent a, like, fake threatening email with Ethan's lawyer's name was fucking hilarious. So we need an apology for this apology video. As a chronic people pleaser with anxiety, I immediately recognized eggshell walking language. You're apologizing to Bad Empanada. He's an extremist psychopath. Telling the H3 community they are the same as MLM followers after making a 3-hour research video based mostly on H3 snark is wild. Unfortunately, if you don't feel qualified to talk about politics, don't. Politics on YouTube is a brutal landscape. I'm a political wonk. I consume politics all day, most days, and even I find it exhausting. You doing this to another parent after what Blair put you through is melting my brain. I don't know who Blair is. Evokes brother's death to deflect criticism, then the tears immediately end. Who fell for that? Okay, these people... So she's getting a very hard time for this video and as well. And a lot of these comments, I think, are coming in after her appearance on H3. So then she feels the need to do a third video, basically a live stream, addressing these things.
You know, did his...
I haven't seen any of this. Let's just watch the first few minutes and get an idea of what this was about. And then we will move on.
Am I good? But the only problem is I can't see chat.
Oh.
Is it working?
I'll get it going for you, just hold on.
Not letting me speed
It's
it
just
up.
my own statement.
Time to refresh. Let's go. There we go. Ain't watching this at regular speed. Crazy. Crazy.
And change and grow and learn from. And I made... Okay, people can see me. Apologies on technical difficulties. This is my first time. Yay, okay, people can see me. Apologies, this is my first time streaming. Sorry about that.
30-second delay.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, first time streaming. I'm kind of on a delay, which is also weird to get used to. But I'm making this stream to just address everything. And I made a doc just because, which I feel like I said, but I'm not sure what part got cut on the stream, which is a little bit embarrassing, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we're just going to watch maybe 5 to like 10 minutes of this. And then we're going to watch H3 reacting to her video, 5 to 10 minutes of that. And then we're going to dive deep into her interview with H3, okay?
I'm not as skilled at all of this as the Ethan H3 podcast crew, but I made a doc and everything to go over just all of my feelings after Ethan's stream. I do think that ego can play a hand when it comes to content creation, and I think that there is a lot that I'm not perfect at. And that
some people are questioning, not sure if she really cares about Palestine. Look, I mean, when it comes to that, we're never really going to know. Some people are going to cynically make videos about it just to make money. They're going to see that like certain videos are making money online or like are getting a lot of views, so you can make a lot of ad revenue, and they might cynically try to do it. I don't know. Ultimately, you can't know if I actually care or not. I can tell you that I care, but like you're not really gonna know. I hope you know. I hope you believe me, but I'm not really gonna question whether or not she cares about Palestine at this point.
I need to work at and change and grow and learn from. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into the doc and go over it all. I'm also not gonna censor the live stream just because I think that everyone has a chance to say what they want to say. Yeah. I also really appreciate all of the support that I have been getting. Critical comments that are really valid, I appreciate those too. So I'm going to go into the doc that I made, since I think that'll help me be a little bit more concise in what I want to say than just rambling on. Okay, we got this. I'm also a little off frame. Sorry for that.
Babylon Marduk says, I wish she would have did what Anthony did and said she wouldn't go on the show unless Ethan dropped the lawsuits against Frogan, Denims, and Casey. But Babylon, I don't think he agreed. Like, that's what I said, and he didn't agree to talk. And I don't think I was under the same kind of pressure that she was under, because I think Ethan and Ela might have honestly considered suing her because she's like accusing them of being pedophiles in her video. She's like, or like hinting that they could have been pedophiles related to like Teddy Fresh. She made some like wild statements there, and she talked about like them raising money for their old lawsuit against Matt Haas. And she talked about that old controversy that they might have kept some of their money to themselves. So she said a lot of things that could have made Ethan and Ela want to sue her for defamation, and they're suing people for less. So combine that with like all of the abuse and harassment that she was getting in the comments led to her being like, okay, I'm gonna call in. I don't think she had the luxury or had an opportunity to even make like demands. I think she just wants the harassment to stop. He wants the negative comments to stop, which I don't think they will, because her appearance on H3 was really bad, and like H3 fans are still coming at her. But in her mind, she was like, at least it'll get Ethan and Hila off my back. I'm not gonna get sued. And like, she's like, there's Taylor Lorenz tweeting on Twitter like, Ethan wants to sue another woman, and it's like she's like, holy shit, Taylor Lorenz is saying I'm gonna get sued. Ethan and Hila are talking about defamation on their podcast. All of these people are in my comments, in my mentions, calling me names. I just need to call in and to make it stop. So I even understand her fear. She did it out of fear. She was in over her head. She wasn't qualified to do any of this. So part of me was like watching some of the clips and I was like, God, that should have been me. Like if that were me sitting there right now, like I would know exactly what to say because I've watched Ethan and Hila for years. I know what they're thinking. I know how to like respond to this. So I do want to give her that benefit of the doubt. We got a $20 dono from the Lorelei 1973. The Lorelei, thank you so much for such a generous dono. W's in the chat for Lorelei, folks. That's so fucking generous. She says, to be honest, what she did was a little ill-informed, but in my opinion, she did a good job. It's what the whole I did the best I can with what I had. Adage, hate that she talked to Ethan at all after. He is a waste of space. I do agree, but the way I see it, and thank you so much for the generous dono. That's so fucking awesome. Thank you so much, Lorelei. I think considering the stress that she was under, considering the fear of like the potential fear, and I'm not even saying that Ethan and Hila threatened her with litigation, but they were definitely talking about it a lot on their other podcast. So if she was afraid of that, I kind of get why she did it, but you know. Let's watch a little bit more of her live stream.
I want to keep the chat, but it always kind of disappears since I'm on two screens. Okay, let's see if that worked. Okay, so sorry if I'm reading the screen as I'm going. This is also just my thoughts put onto a page. So I do want to say this is definitely the lowest that I felt as a content creator when Ethan, did his stream. But I think that's
Nogzulato sends $5 and says her one mod allowed the fun guy to comment on there. She's anxious because she's had experience with SA, so she's fawning as a defense mechanism. That's why. Okay, that's some good context right there. Thank you for the generous dono, Nogzulato. Presley Peggy has just become a member. Thank you so much, Presley Peggy. Very much appreciated. Welcome, Presley Peggy, to the Do Not Worry family, everyone. Rave says, to be honest, I think she did a good job at displaying how a normal person reacts to H3. She's a normie outside of the situation, so it's different talking to a prior fan. Exactly. No, honestly, some of the things Ethan was asking her were like kind of insane, considering that she's like super out of the loop.
sometimes that's a good thing, you can kind of, have a reality check. I think everyone does need a reality check. Yesterday, Ethan did a live stream about me and definitely had a lot to say. Some things I do think are valid. Others I think went a little bit too far. But when it comes to online creator beef, but I also agree. I think when it comes to some of my own statements being seen as going too far as well. So I'm making this video for my own integrity as a content creator, or rather live stream. First, I really want to thank all of the support from people who have sent really kind and thoughtful messages, comments, and have been there for me. These past few days have not been easy. Sorry, I hate when people cry in live streams or videos, so I really try not to do that. But I do think it's been really necessary for me in order to grow as a content creator and see where my own flaws are as a person and creator.
I'm going to skip ahead just a few minutes.
Of a point in time so that I can get better, and just try and get better.
Oh, she wrote a whole script for this. Okay, goddamn. Look at that. You can see like her whole script.
Because I do think that there are some good points worth mentioning. I also think that if Ethan was going to sue me for defamation, I'm sure he already has the clips that he wants to do so anyways. I also, and like, here's the thing. I think that in Ethan's stream, there are some things that were valid points, and he tried to detract from that by saying that all of the things that I used were from...
To be fair, you guys know, I'm not here to... I don't love giving Ethan and Hila credit on anything or the H3 podcast, but like she made it very easy for them to critique her video. She made it very easy for them, especially when she was bringing up things that have been already dealt with, like the money that they raised for their lawsuit back in the day, like her bringing that up as a negative, or even like just the accusation of them potentially being pedophiles because of Teddy Fresh. Honestly, even the good points that she made, that was like so outrageous that it overshadows any legitimate point that her video might be making. You know what I mean? Like once you go that far off the deep end, and I think it was like, it hurts just the overall message of the video. Like, you know what I'm saying? So Did I just miss a super chat? Chris says sue Anthony for chair react. Come on, Chris.
Snark Reddit. That was not the case. That's not how I do my research. I don't just go entirely into a Snark subreddit and just look at Snark subreddit and that's the only way I get my research. That's not what I do.
But it really did seem like that's what she did. Like, again, I'll be honest, and I've used Snark subreddits for a lot of videos. I don't use it for research because I've watched the podcast. Like, I know what's going on. I just use them for clips sometimes, and they used to do a really good job of like keeping everything in a chronological order. Like, this is when he said this is when he said that. So if you know what you're looking for, Snark is a great resource. If you don't know, if you're just introduced to the whole Ethan Hassan situation via Reddit, then yeah, you're gonna have. Then I think you're gonna end up having like a video like the one that she made, unfortunately. But again, someone Babylon Marduk made a great point. She said, "I'm starting to think she should have not called in and not keep responding." That is what I've learned. Once you start looking at the negative criticism and you start overthinking it and you start questioning yourself and you feel like you have to respond. Like I made like 3 live streams. People like, God, I need to explain myself and what I said. I didn't need to. I only made it worse. I only pissed people off more. You know what I mean? I only got myself more pissed off. So, and then you get in your own head and stuff like that. Just don't give a fuck. People are gonna talk. They're gonna hate you some days. They're gonna like you some days. There's nothing you can do about it except just be yourself, make your videos, and fucking just try to relax. That's what I'm trying to do at least. Okay, I'm not perfect. You guys know. You saw my mini crash out. You guys have seen it.
You know, and I'm going to discuss that and go further onto that, which, you know, my entire script is linked in this so that you can also look at exactly where I get all my sources and beyond. But, you know, so because of that, you know, in Ethan's stream, sure, there's some valid points that I'm going to really look at, you know, not saying that, you know, I don't
I'm
think
gonna skip
that
ahead to like a random point here. 35 minutes in.
just goes into the past beef with Keemstar, their estimated net worth, Business Insider article.
Okay, let's see some of the comments to this live stream. The fact that you seem to genuinely believe you are a good, thorough researcher is so scary. It's more money than we will see. Who is we? You have more than some of us will see. I'm here to defend myself. Says nothing defensible. Harassment being just 95% constructive criticism and a few having some sympathy. Okay, girl. If this is the amount of research you do for your videos, then it calls all your previous videos into question on how valid they and your research are. And I do think she kind of hurt her like just reputation in terms of like the quality. This was a bad video. Again, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but as someone who's we've all sat through a lot of Ethan Klein videos, folks, and this one was just like, especially after having 2 years to watch all these other videos and be able to like make like, again, they're all the same at this point. What else can be said on top of everything else that's been said? It's just really, we're all repeating ourselves at this point. As a Jewish woman, I guess I'm programmed since birth to enjoy this downfall. Sad life, poor research should be the next rebranded channel. Now, again, most of these people are probably H3 fans, but again, she's just dealing with nonstop harassment. So then, H3 reacted to her video. So let's watch just a few clips of that. Addressing the new hater. So let's watch some of that.
First son. Teddy is the nickname they have for each other. Following the launch of Teddy Fresh's first collection in October of 2017,
Here, I'll just
the
go
brand
forward.
almost immediately saw massive success. Much of its apparel would sell out shortly after dropping, and the line reflects Hila's own personal style. While in the past,
So this is Ethan and Hila reacting to her initial video, okay?
I would certainly commend Hila for having a very creative...
Oh, here, Dan Scott just sent me the photo. Dude, this girl, I don't listen. She has some.
You've got the squishmallows in the shot.
Now listen.
Our son, that is 6-year-old, collects squishmallows.
Do you want to fuck him? Do you want to fuck?
Are you
son?
trying to appeal to
Oh, they're a bit too loud, I'm guessing.
the 6-year-old? I don't know.
I'm not saying you want to fuck my son, but I am saying maybe it's interesting. I don't know. You know? But I mean.
Wait, what? Wait, is this the part where she talks about the... Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go back to the pedophile part. Sorry.
Oh, and she's using the edited footage.
No,
like I swear to God, this is just negligent defamation.
No, I can't
It
do
is.
that.
It's so fucking gross. Anyway.
Okay, so you hear him saying this is negligent defamation, this is negligent defamation, him bringing up negligent defamation over and over again. I'm sure she's watching this and she's like, I'm going to get fucking sued. So this is just playing into her mindset, I think, for calling it. All right? For a lot of us who are like, why would she call in? Why would she call in? This is playing into it right now, this whole video.
She implies something weird about Teddy Fresh design. Let's get into it.
first son. Teddy is the nickname they have for
Oh, I
each
need a little
other.
audio
Following
here.
the launch of Teddy Fresh's first collection in October of 2017, the brand almost immediately saw massive success. Much of its apparel would sell out shortly after dropping, and the line reflects Ila's own personal style. While in the past I would certainly commend Ila for having a very creative style, often some of the outfit ensembles.
I mean, listen, this is. We know why she chose this photo. Okay, this is probably one of, and this is coming from a Teddy Fresh, an ex Teddy Fresh customer, someone who has spent a lot of money on Teddy Fresh. This look right here has never been one of the best Teddy Fresh looks. Okay, this is a little bit, as we say in Arabic, mahajja. It's too busy. It's too busy. There's so much going on. Look at like the design and stuff. It's too busy. Emma Watson says she covered so much stupid stuff and has validated Ethan's feelings that everything is snark criticism. It's disappointing as she has a whole team. She really did, to be honest with you. Like, she made a really shitty video. It was a bad video, and her going on, like, she was super unprepared. Like, they chose the perfect person to bring on and make all of the criticism seem invalid, or make everyone look like they've just been parroting snark criticism. I feel like we've had a lot of valid criticisms and a lot of valid feedback to make over the past 2 years, and she shouldn't be the representative of that. And it is sad that she's the first person to like call in to try to talk. Like, I'm not saying that it should have been me, but like I've been like, I just would have handled it very differently than she would have, is all I'm saying.
That Ila chooses feels very childlike, with also Teddy Fresh having a
First of all, it's always, what is that? Okay, hold on. Is she go? Okay, let's play it.
little teddy bear as a logo. I don't know. Maybe
What the
it's
fuck is
also
this?
Teddy.
You didn't even make this, did you?
No, this one I did, but
Oh, you did. They're like, look at this guy wrapped in a tinfoil blanket, dude. Her shit's crazy.
Fresh having a little teddy bear as a logo. I don't know. Maybe it's interesting.
maybe
What?
it's interesting. Make up your mind.
She brings that up again at the end.
You
like
choose to put it in a
implying-
video. At least have an opinion.
No, she hasn't. She going. They might be she might be a pedophile.
She may be dressed like a kid, but I don't know.
And also teddy bear. She might be a pedophile, guys.
Wow.
What a fucking psychopath.
And
then
What do you call this? Is that lazy or it's beyond? It's beyond lazy.
It's reckless negligence.
Yeah.
A disregard for the truth. It's a reckless disregard for the truth.
Also, like, sorry,
I don't know if that's legal speak, but like, again, this is negligent disregard for the truth. Like, I feel like it's something a lawyer would say. So again, just using all that language to kind of like freak her out and being like, hey, we're coming for you.
my own style. I'm not like that. How is that included in a takedown video or whatever this video is?
Maybe it's
like, yeah, you could like, yeah, and again, like you don't have to like Teddy Fresh, you don't have to like it, but yeah, why is Teddy Fresh? And like, you could, if she was accusing them, like they've been accused of copying a couple of designs, or like they used a PDF from like a thing once. Okay, you want to talk about that, but like criticizing Ila's style in that case, and again, I've done the voice, but like not as part of a 3-hour like serious, like highly researched like takedown. We're just sit here and do the voice and have fun, like, you know what I'm saying?
Important. Maybe it's interesting.
I don't know.
Fucking excellent commentary. Jesus Christ.
Here, you guys got what you wanted. Now I just wear black because I'm so depressed because of you people.
You're in your black era.
I'm so funny.
And now I just wear black because I'm so depressed because of you people.
You're in your black era.
This is all the way at the end of the video, but she like ends the video with a little note about that too.
Oh, good. Let's pull it all together.
Wait,
That being
also,
said,
I'm
Ethan
sorry. She's
accuses
coming
a
for
lot of
my looks, and like she's the one that was wearing that headband.
Bro, she's
in the next video.
The next, yeah, and I'm not here to criticize anyone's.
I'm not either, but
fashion
like
and stuff. But like, if you're gonna get on camera like this,
Israel is 100%
like I don't know, this
genocide.
this look is not. I don't know.
I mean, okay, get to the point, guys.
The girl,
maybe that's
go back to the shot of her when children's toys.
First team,
Here, I'll just
the
say go
brand almost
forward.
immediately
It's about to
saw
go.
massive success. Much of its apparel would sell out shortly after dropping, and the line reflects Ila's own personal style. While in the past, I would certainly commend
is
Ila for having a
way
very
ahead of what I was trying
creative.
to point out.
Oh, here, Dan Scott just sent me the photo. Dude, this girl, listen. She has some.
You've got the squishmallows in the shot.
Now listen.
Our son,
Which
that is
again-
6-year-old, collects squishmallows.
Do you want to fuck him? Do you want to fuck?
Are
my
you
son?
trying to appeal to 6-year-old? Like,
A lot of jokes about people of being pedophiles, and makes a lot of jokes about Ila dresses.
Are you sure? Like, can you?
that's a hoodie. Like,
She's saying Ethan makes jokes, makes pedophile jokes. Which, hey, pedo troll, that's funny, okay? But then like Ethan makes jokes, makes pedophile jokes. Ila dresses like a child. pedophile anyone? Like, this is kind of extreme. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Care Bear hoodie?
Care Bears is
With a
nostalgic.
little teddy bear for her fashion brand.
Yeah, except she's never been caught trying to fuck kids. That's the big fucking difference between Hila and the other people who I've talked about. You don't fucking think there's a difference?
She's not even showing like me being like sexy or revealing.
And yeah, Ethan saying like, "Do you want to like f my child?" is pretty. I can see the chat freaking out about that. That is pretty disturbing. We don't need to hear about that. We don't need to I didn't want to dwell on it.
Or something that would be like seductive. Like you're showing a hoodie, and in the other shot of me, I was fully covered. Like what is that even meant to? I don't understand.
All of that interesting. It reminds me of when I was really young and naive and had people who I thought were guy friends that would make a lot of sexual jokes towards me, and then they would kind of nudge me and say, "It's just a joke.
What
We're just
the
joking."
fuck are you saying?
She thinks I'm just naive.
No, she thinks you're grooming people.
No, I think she thinks I'm just dumb and naive.
No, she's saying you're grooming people, dude. It's even dumber.
Yeah, like look, again, this was bad. Like this whole segment is like kind of insane. The insinuation that she's making here is like, hey, pedophiles? Like, come on. Like this is like, you know what I'm saying? This is kind of out there, man.
And worse and more sinister.
And had people who I thought were guy friends.
That's
that would
you.
make a lot of
That's
sexual
us.
jokes towards me, and then they would kind of nudge me and say, "It's just a joke. We're just
like
joking
your
around."
merch
And
having the child theme, what she's trying to argue. She's like, she thinks it's
We're
it may
grooming.
not be nothing, but actually it's more serious. It could be more serious.
Dude,
Like,
how can you? Do you like these people think that I'm not like that? We're not real people, and that you can just say anything you want.
Do they think that Ralph Lauren is grooming because they do a bear?
I don't know. Gap Kids.
do a bear. Gap Kids
Anyone
do
got
a bear.
So that's enough of that. We don't need to watch more of this because we got a lot of the interview. So H3 reacted to her. It was like 2 hours of this, and then they reacted to her apology and like being like, "Look, the snarkers are after her because she didn't call it a genocide, and our fans are after her. She's stuck in the middle." They might have even compared her to me at some point. They're like, "Look at Millhouse. Millhouse had the same thing," or some shit like that. I can't remember. Maybe last week. So this is kind of what's been happening here. And she did her live stream a day later, so it all led to her calling into their show. So again, let's look at some of the comments here really quickly. Zach would have tore this episode up. H3 has won me in every divorce, and that's for a reason. Watching Love Cook up help in real time was gold. I love how Hila, Ethan, and the crew ride for us. They know we wouldn't harass anyone. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ, guys, come on. I thought no one could topple Denims as the queen of self-owned, but a challenger appears. AB, it's great to see you standing on business, mate. Keep speaking up and calling this bullshit out. Yeah, he'll call this shit out, but he won't call other shit out. Anyways, so here is confronting C. So she called. Okay, she called in. Can I speed it up? No. Let's refresh. We're gonna watch the interview, folks. Trigger warning. It's bad. Okay, it's bad. She's in over her head. Again, the reason I think she called in, she wanted to make the comments stop. Okay, she's getting attacked from like all sides, mainly from H3 fans. But like she was getting some people like, why aren't you calling it a genocide? Why aren't you calling it a genocide? Once she calls it a genocide, I think she's appeased those people. But then the H3 fans are just coming after her. She thinks Ethan and Hila are going to sue her. Freaks out. She panics. She's like, what if I call in? What if I can make peace with these people? I think by calling in, she has avoided a lawsuit. Like, that's it. She's on their good side now. She's not on the fans' good side. At least not yet. But just by calling in, I think she's managed to, like, push away the litigation threats. Matthew Velasquez sends $5 and says, I'm watching you while washing the dishes. That's the highest honor. Fuck yes. Washing the dishes and folding laundry, those are the two highest honors that I can have. So thank you, Matthew Velasquez. Enjoy washing the dishes. I hope the sink is not too full. Let us cut to the interview. It's like a 3-hour conversation. If we watch an hour and a half of it, that's going to take like 3 hours. So let's go. Gonna call in, folks.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's.
But I caught the end of the game.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. I think we're ready to go. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah, great.
One sec.
So I'll kind of set. I'll wait for her to to get on the line. I'll kind of just give a. Oh, there she is. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Yes. How are you? Madison, right?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, thanks for calling. Nice to meet you virtually.
Yeah.
I appreciate it a lot. So what I want to do today is essentially review the video you made called Am I Helping? And what you went over.
And by the way, we're not going to watch this whole thing. So if you guys want to watch the full conversation, the full interview with Madison, uninterrupted, you know what I mean, commentary free and in full, watch it on the H3 podcast channel. Do not watch it here, folks, okay? I do not want to get fucking sued here, okay? All right. We're going to watch it. We're going to offer some commentary. This is what we're doing here. You want to watch it in full, unedited, untouched by me, okay? Go watch it on the H3 podcast channel. Same goes to all of Madison's videos on Cruel World. Happy Mind? Yes, go watch all of these videos on the original creators' pages. Do not sue me. No one sue me.
Your script for the video you made about me, and we can kind of just talk through it, right? And I can express myself, you can express yourself, and we'll see if there's any understandings brought. I'm going to try my best to be respectful.
Hollis Bahu says, not going to lie, I didn't realize I was still subbed, but I'm glad I've been giving you my money. Well, thank you. I appreciate your money. Been helping me survive, so much love to all of you.
And I want to have a productive conversation, right? So that's my goal here. And
Yeah, totally.
And let's see how that one goes. Yeah, honestly, we could probably just turn off chat because I don't want anyone being rude, or we just turn off chat, Dan.
Okay. Roger. H3's lovely community. H3's community that certainly does not harass, does not bully. Ethan feels so confident in his chat's ability to behave that he's like, shut it off. I don't want anyone to be rude. My lovely H3 audience that never harasses anyone. I just don't trust them enough for today, so please shut it off, Dan.
Yeah, and I really appreciate just having this opportunity to chat, because I think that I don't know, I think a lot of people don't really get the opportunity to have this sort of conversation, or there's just a lot of division. So I don't know, I think that being able to sit down and talk like this is good. And I also think that, sorry, also I have a little bit of an echo. I kind of have to figure out how to, yeah, sorry, it's something that we weren't really able to figure out while
I'm sorry, that's going to be annoying.
Yeah, so if I'm a little bit like glitchy or something, but yeah, I think that being able to chat, I think
you can tell she's nervous. Okay, she's being very nervous, etc. But she's gonna be. I think she's coming in good faith. Okay, she's ready to have. Well, she just wants this to be over. She just wants this to be done. Okay. People are saying like she kissed the ring. Look, part of me, I'm conflicted, man. I'm conflicted. Like part of me still is like, should I? Like they've asked me on twice, man, and I did put the condition like, hey, you want me on, you got to drop the lawsuits. They're never going to drop the lawsuits, but at this point, if this is the only person they're going to speak with, now part of me feels like I need to kind of like, should I go in there and like, you know, clean up the mess a little bit? Is that cocky of me to say?
That a lot of content creators get really defensive, and a lot of the reason why I make this content in the first place is just to essentially, I don't know, critique the ways in which content creation can go too far. And I'm not beyond that criticism as well. You know, I think that it's really fair to critique the ways that I make content, and for me to sort of learn and grow from that as well. So yeah, I want to have a conversation and be open to learning as well, being open to listen, and yeah, vice versa, you know?
I appreciate that. And listen, there's going to be points.
Emma Watson sends 10 pounds. Thank you so much, Emma. And says, I used to follow her MLM content, but I unsubbed on her takes, started getting icky/lazy with longer form content. She's earned some flack. It's just a shame it's coming from Ethan. Exactly. You hate to see when Ethan is making a good point, but in this case, I mean, I think, and they know what to choose. Like Asmon's animation, they completely, Eamon, not Asmon, Eamon's animations, they completely ignored that video. They know how to conveniently ignore good, poignant criticism, and they just pounce on videos that they deem are like easier targets. You know what I mean? And that's why they wanted to invite me on their show. They don't invite Chris Kunzler on. They thought I was an idiot because of when I was like, some of the comments that I made, I kind of like put my foot in my mouth. So they're like, this guy's an idiot. Let's bring him on. They have no interest in bringing someone on that could actually make a good point. In my case, they think I'm another easy target. And in some cases, I might be. Okay, I could get baited into some stuff. But I also know H3 very well. And I also, I mean, it's so easy to prove that Ethan is a Zionist. Like, there's endless examples. We've seen all of them over and over again. We've listed them over and over again, gone over them over and over again, debated them over and over again. I could kind of do this with my eyes closed at this point. Kate from Canada, who's been a member for a month, says, I am here to coin the phrase H flees in referring to H3 stands. Emma Watson says she chased the money with this content.
Of contention, right? Obviously. Let's start. There's a few examples.
A bunch of people are telling me don't go on. I know, guys. I know. But like, part of me is kind of tempted to like send them an email, be like, listen. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that makes me think that I could kind of like get through to him. You know what I mean? If I just hold the Teddy Fresh, I'm like, look, I'm holding the hoodie, Ethan. I'm holding the hoodie. Do you understand what's happening? But I don't know.
Before we jump into the I'm helping video from your original one that I wanted to
and yeah, we could H fleas is a good idea, Kate.
Ask you about. So I'll just start by pulling up a couple of choice examples. So I'll show you this clip and then I'll ask you about it. This is a clip of you. Well, I'll play it and then. Yeah.
Ela, on the other hand, has made comments deemed even more insensitive, like calling toddlers terrorists.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
And the Palestinians are taught to kill us at 2 years old.
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Do we have that one?
What do you mean? I mean.
So you said she called terrorists.
I mean, look, I'll be honest with you guys. I've always interpreted that it could mean two things. It is definitely in relation to what Rudy Giuliani said. It could either be like, I mean, like he's not wrong. They do teach the kids to hate Jews since they're 2, or it could be like, I mean, like what he's saying is a little crazy. That's what it could mean. There's those two options, okay? Because there's those two options, I don't think I would ever put too much weight behind, like, she's definitely saying he's saying that about kids. I might have shown that clip once or twice, but it's not one that I would, like, bring to H3 and be like, listen, this is proof that you guys are Zionists. This is the 50th example I might point to that might point to something. They've said 100 different things that are way more obvious and way more problematic than it's too vague. It's too open to interpretation. You don't need to talk about that thing anymore, in my personal opinion. Noxalato sends $2 and says they ignored Paige Christie as well and avoid her. Yeah, they're going to avoid anyone who can make a cogent argument and kind of take them to task on Israel-Palestine.
She said called babies terrorists. I didn't see that.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. I guess I would like to know what the insinuation was. I think that's what a lot of people were wondering by the sort of.
Well, so let's just. There is an explanation, and people in our subreddit and in our community have explained it. Because it's edited in this really tight way. Like, I get the feeling you didn't get that directly from the podcast. You probably got that from a different source, maybe this TikTok or a different.
Yeah, Honk Big says she should have had some examples prepared. Guys, I have a whole folder. From the first H3 video that I did, like a year ago at this point, 10 months ago, like why I stopped watching H3, I had a whole bunch of examples of, like, for example, Ethan saying that Hamas hides, or saying that, like, the IDF didn't bomb a hospital, Ela defending Yoav Galan, Ethan denying the IDF rapes individuals, Ela denying IDF atrocities, human shields, discussing human shields with Loner Box, Ethan scared of Gazans and thinks that as soon as Gazans get out of Gaza, they're gonna kill everyone. All that sort of shit, man. I had an entire folder. I don't think I have it here anymore, but all the shit has been thoroughly researched. So the fact that she didn't have any clips or anything ready to go, she just went in very unprepared.
Subreddit. She was.
I'm gonna go get a chocolate croissant. I'll be right back, folks.
Responding to somebody else, right? There was a question asked that she was considering, but even if that wasn't true, to accuse someone of calling babies terrorists is a extraordinarily mean-spirited. It's an extraordinarily loaded thing to say, right? Do you think there's enough evidence to make such a incendiary claim there? Even if she wasn't responding to someone else, let's assume the worst, and she was like considering what Rudy Giuliani said. Do you think, or well, actually no, she's just doing like this. Do you think that she called babies terrorists?
I mean, I think that if she was agreeing with Rudy Giuliani's statement, then.
Okay, just to show you guys, I'm having a little pain au chocolat. That little chocolate, buttery croissant. It's almost midnight here, so it's just a little midnight snack.
That would be insinuating that toddlers are terrorists, but I think that if that was not her,
has made comments deemed even more insensitive, like calling toddlers.
Also, sorry, is it okay if I interject here? When I say deemed, so she's made comments that were deemed. So that's not me saying that she's saying that. It's others have deemed it even more insensitive, like calling toddlers terrorists. So I'm not saying that I myself am saying that she's called toddlers terrorists. I'm saying others have deemed so.
Do you think that, I mean, also kind of like a, let me move, kind of like a cop out. Like, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying what others online are saying. Others have deemed it problematic, so that's all I'm saying. And that's basically her whole video. Her whole video is other people are saying this, other people are saying that, some people have said this, some people have said that. What do you have to say about the whole fucking thing, man?
That's really a fair way, though, to like
no,
to
exactly.
recount stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's clearly
Yeah,
that's what you want people to feel from that.
Yeah, I do think, you know, I don't know if it's what I want people to feel or think, but I do think, as I've said in our DMs and everything, the way that I usually do content creation is if I'm going into a subject that I'm not very versed on, very familiar with, or I'm covering essentially a content creator, the way the internet perceives them. You know, I'm covering kind of the online interpretation of this content creator. So I'll go into,
by who though?
Yeah, exactly. Many different people, you know. But
really
as you can see in the script, you know, I've sourced the H3, you know, your subreddit as well. But like I definitely concede. I think that
did you ever source our subreddit when? Well, I feel like there was really no attempts, or very few attempts to represent my response or explanation for things. It really, I felt like, was entirely a one-sided account of things. And I mean, you claim that it's unbiased, but I also find that to be like,
oh, I agree with that as well. But
it's a
yeah,
really dishonest way of framing it.
So as far as going into future content creation, when I come across, so essentially there's a few different things that I'll do. So finding essentially deleted videos or clips online, there's a few different ways you can find clips. You know, if I find a clip and it seems like it's kind of cut oddly, I should look at multiple sources for clips. I 100% agree with that. So it's like, okay, go directly from the source, you know, always, I think is.
Here's the problem when you're making a video on something you know nothing about, especially a show like H3 with like so much fucking like lore, and they drop 3-4 hour episodes a week. Like, seriously, if you don't know what you're talking about, don't make a video. Like, now they're just making her concede points. You don't need, like, if you know the episode that the clip is pulled from, you know whether or not it's in context. Half the time I don't need to go back and rewatch a full episode of H3 just to make sure that a clip that I'm talking about is in context or not, because most of the time I make sure I watch the full segment. Sometimes we'll react to the full segment together on stream and we'll break it down fucking minute by minute. So the fact that she's even conceding to that, like, yeah, if I like, she's conceding about like the most basic research. If I see a clip, I need to get the full context. Well, of course you do. Like, yeah, fucking duh, you do need to get the full context. Like, this is just silly. He's just making, and if she's a representative now for like anti-Ethan videos, then yeah, it's giving the impression that all we do is just go scroll through Reddit and copy paste whatever's there. No. We know the context of those clips. The Yoav Galan clip, I clipped that shit. I put that on Twitter. That was my clip, the Yoav Galan clip. I was watching their stream live as I clipped it. I was like, holy shit, she's talking about Yoav Galan. I know exactly what they said before, and I knew exactly what she said after. When I shared that clip, I wasn't sharing it out of context. It was fully in context. When I watched that clip, I know where it's from. I don't need to go back and rewatch the whole episode. This is why, if you're going to tackle this subject, and you know Ethan is litigious, like, she covered the lawsuits in her videos. So why would she not think that they would come for her at that point and talk about it? Like, I don't know. Like at least make it bulletproof. Make it bulletproof. You know he's out there suing people. You know what I mean? Make your shit bulletproof so that they can't threaten you with anything.
You know, going to be essentially my rule of thumb, you know, coming out of this situation. You know, especially even in this, I can relate to feeling at times like, you know, even on, you know, your subreddit, I felt like sometimes the clips from my streams are, you know, have been kind of chopped up. And I think that that's been a big lesson to me as well. Of I can relate to you in that. I can relate to other content creators and be like, okay, I need to always look at what I'm viewing and go to the full original source whenever possible, 100% of the time. I entirely agree with that.
Right. And I just think, well, what you're saying is like good and mature and correct. And I think that's a great way to conduct yourself going forward. I also think that, like, if you're accusing someone of calling babies terrorists, that like this work should have already been done. That's like an incredible thing to say about somebody.
Again, I did not accuse someone of calling babies terrorists. I said, you know,
let me watch it again.
And has made comments deemed even more insensitive. Like,
but again, watching that clip, like watching the full Ela clip of doing her head does not help. Like, it's It doesn't make it any clearer. It's the whole thing is just
again deemed by others. But like
Deemed by
I say,
others.
you know, I should go to the
Calling
source originally, and then you know moving
Rudy was
forward,
saying that,
and then
Kelsey.
you know show on screen the original post of you know this is what people have said. You know,
I
make
have
it
the
more
link to
clear
the
as
original.
possible.
Let's just.
Saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Do we have that
I
one?
mean,
Like
Put that
Kamala.
under the other one.
it's just the clip that she used, to be honest, is pretty fair. Like it is the same as this. This does not make it any clearer.
I could add it.
As long as they- both of his
He
clips are
says
about.
that.
He said that-
Again, to me, it could be interpreted two ways. She's saying, I mean, as in Rudy Giuliani's crazy, or I mean, Rudy Giuliani is right.
See,
Yeah.
Do we have that
I
one?
mean,
like
Put that
Kamala.
under the other one.
I could add it.
As long as they-
that.
both of his
He
clips are
says
about.
that in
He
this
said that at the
rally.
rally.
Oh,
yeah.
that's epic.
So I mean, yeah, okay.
yeah, we gotta watch the Rudy
But I'm
part.
just
I haven't
like I
seen it.
really think it's important to people understand. Like I understand you want to conscientious object, but he is the most pro-Israel president that's ever existed. He literally said about the war.
Now, I mean, obviously, we disagree with Rudy Giuliani and Trump, and we're opposed to their policies. So, like, to watch this and then, like, even if it's someone else's opinion, like,
By the way, so many members in chat, so many green names. I love it. Thank you guys so much, by the way. Seriously, we have like 200, we're at 297 members, I think, right now. Truly lovely to see so many green names in the live chat. Much love to you all. Thank you all so much for being members of
not everybody's opinion is valid, worth sharing, right? Like, I might say that the moon landing is fake, but you're not gonna be like, well, one people say the moon landing is fake, and NASA said the moon landing happened, so I don't know what's the truth. Like,
Malcolm says, I don't think it's ambiguous. Even if there's a 50%, 30% chance, you're like, I'm not 100% sure, you don't need to use it as an example. There are airtight examples of Ethan and Ela saying Zionist things. You don't need to go to ones that can be explained away or be like, hey, it's too vague, you can't prove it, she just did that. You don't need this. You don't. There's way better examples out there. Literally, just them saying that if the Palestinians outnumber the Jews in Israel, that means that they're going to kill all the Jews. That is Zionism. That is Zionism right there. Literally, that's all you need to talk about.
like not all arguments are
WeChat, what up?
You know, like have
Yeah,
equal
I
merit.
mean, I guess like, would you 100% disavow what Rudy Giuliani said?
Obviously,
and, say that's
and I've
fucked
done
up
that
thing
a
to say?
billion times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, but like, I mean, but you made a 3-hour video about me, so I just feel like
But also, if I can.
Ela's here, by the way.
I'm here too.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. I mean, watching this back myself, it's clear to me that I'm like processing so many things. And when AB says that, I was kind of shocked too, because I haven't seen the clip, and that's what I say. I'm like, I haven't even seen that. I don't know. And then says something, and it's just me processing everything. And plus, I never actually said anything. And so, like, it just seems like the way you present it, you didn't even doubt it, is how I interpret your statement. You say Ela has made comments. You also say it in plural. Like, there's many comments that
just lost power. Sorry, just checking out the chat real quick. People having some heated conversations. I'm not gonna lie, I muted someone a couple of minutes ago. Bad Pierogi just gifted one Do Not Worry membership. Thank you so much, Bad Pierogi. Thank you so much. Everybody chill in the live chat, folks. We're just having a good time, okay? And the person that I timed out, you're just timed out for 5 minutes, okay? You'll be back. I'm not saying she's not allowed to make H3 videos. I'm just saying if you're gonna make one, fucking research. That's what I was saying. Whoever I timed out, I forgot your name. She'll be back in 5 minutes.
blah 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 blah. So
by the way, the only people making that claim is just
gotta
snark.
turn on my light. Gotta turn on my light.
Like
but,
when we
but what are the comments? I actually didn't say anything, and that is your example that you show. You show me not saying anything.
But and all these kind of talking points always come out of snark. Like we'll end an episode and then we'll see something like this and we're like, what? Like that was like wholesale invented, right? And also just another comment on this one is that AB, I don't know if you know, he's Muslim and he wouldn't, and he's. And also just another comment on this one is that AB, I don't know if you know, he's Muslim and he.
Is he about to use AB as a token? By the way, might I say, one of my employees, AB, is a Muslim. Did I mention that I have a Muslim working for me?
He wouldn't just sit here and like sit passively by if Ela was calling babies terrorists, right? Like
AB has never sat passively by as someone has said something inaccurate or fucked up about Palestinians. What did AB correct Ela when she said that if a Jew goes to Ramallah, he'll get lynched? Did he correct Ahmad Fuad al-Khatib when he called CARE, the organization that AB's dad works for, as like a sponsor of terrorism? Did AB correct Ethan when Ethan said that the IDF has, you know, hospitals, bases under hospitals? I think he did try to correct Loner Box when he was like, when they made the human shield stuff, and they got into like, well, what do you expect them to do, etc. And then they kind of like stopped. But like, I remember AB and I even remember on Twitter, I tweeted a crown at AB when he stood up to Loner Box. أنا بتذكر يا AB. بتتذكر كلنا بنتذكر. Me, you, and Loner Box, the 3 Lebanese YouTube buddies. How about that, huh? How about that? AB, Loner Box, and me, just 3 Lebanese dudes, just 3 fun Lebanese dudes chilling. Would you guys like a podcast co-hosted by myself, AB, and Loner Box? How about that for a podcast? You guys want that? The AB, Loner Box, and Anthony podcast. Oh my god. Oof. That would be kind of insane, wouldn't it?
That's also kind of an insult to him.
Yeah, the thing is...
Also, it's 1/3. It's 1/3 of a Dream Blunt rotation. Just 1/3. The rest of it, Nightmare Blunt rotation, let me tell you. But one of those 3 is a Dream Blunt rotation. And,
Sorry to get. I really apologize. It feels like ganging
I'm
up.
totally. I didn't want to chime in because I don't want to seem like we're ganging up. But I will just say on this point that these people who you're sourcing, they don't care about the truth. They're just trying to find any little clip they could misrepresent for their narrative. And again, it is. They don't care that I'm Muslim, I'm Arab. I brought it up. I would not just sit here like an idiot if Ela was like, "Oh, your people are killing people at 2 years old," and I'm just like, "Yeah, okay." It wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
never would happen. It would never happen. I would never just sit by and let people make Zionist comments left and right. Okay? Never. And by the way, I mean, AB has admitted to like that sometimes it's not his place. He's like, hey, I mean, it's not my podcast. Am I just going to sit there like it's not my show? It's not my responsibility to correct Ethan. He's literally said that. So AB, come on. Maybe she doesn't know. She has no idea. She's never seen an episode of H3 in her life. So they can tell her that. If I were on the call, you think AB would be like, I've never let Ethan say anything about Palestinians. I'll be like, really? Really, AB? You know? What is she going to say? She's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure. You're a Muslim? That's good to know. It's probably the first time she heard that AB was Muslim.
I mean, I guess to speak on what I have seen online, which, again, I experienced this as well, and of not speaking up enough, not saying what's happening is a genocide. And I think that that's essentially a sentiment of you need to speak up more. Sorry, I put my mic. And that's what I didn't do, and so, to kind of like listen to that side.
Oh yeah, the pager jokes, the fucking pager jokes that that we have a whole clip on it on the channel. Zach did the pager thing, and AB even defended. Like, I would never sit here and let Zach make a pager joke. I knew people that were affected by the pager joke, and they literally did a pager joke. We even did a clip. We compared. They're like, we didn't make a pager joke, and then we watched the clip. They made a fucking pager joke. Like, come on, man.
Of this sort of sentiment, maybe that's what sort of happened in that situation. Is they had essentially, especially Ela, unfortunately, again, I'm out of my depth in here. I'm this is sort of an argument that's, I'm making for, a situation I don't understand. So excuse my ignorance. I don't know what I'm fully talking about here. But, what I can maybe say to that is, with your background, I think maybe people are wanting you to sort of disavow those sort of statements more. Maybe that's what happened in that situation.
See, that's good. I like that. With your background, she's talking about Ela's experience in the IDF, going on the raid in Ramallah. Maybe people want you to disavow things that you've said. I would take this 10 steps further. I'd be like, you need to disavow your Ramallah raid. You need to explain it. You need to fucking tell us, like, yo, I was young, I was 18 or I was 19, I was immature, I was naive, etc., etc. I disagree with it. Looking back at it now, I would not go back. I think it's wrong. I think it's fucked up, etc. That's what people need to hear. So again, these are points. These are all things that I would try to bring up, if I were talking to them.
Because you said, I mean,
do you know that I
haven't?
Do you know that I haven't disavowed?
I think that, again, with Rudy's statement, maybe they were just expecting like a sort of like, that is fucked up. How dare he say that? Like, kind of thing.
Were you watching? Did you watch the whole podcast? Because I don't even know.
I would love to see a clip. I would love to see you say that.
I don't remember what happened the rest of the podcast, but I've disavowed what's happening in Gaza many times.
Disavowed it less than you complain. That's the problem. Again, the problem with H3 has been like, hey, oh, there's this happening in Gaza, but look at us. Here's how we're suffering as Jewish people in America. This is how it's affecting us. And they've mainly focused on how it's affected them and rising anti-Semitism, and they've almost never, like, talking about the victims in Gaza has always seemed like an afterthought. Like, yeah, people are dying in Gaza, but have you seen the anti-Semitism that's rising, what's happening on college campuses? And like, they just made it all about themselves. They made it all about themselves.
Yes, I know, and I showed those clips in my section.
Oh, so she.
So what was the problem, I guess, with me? What are the many comments that I've made?
Yeah, so again, I was attempting to say these are people's issues with, you know,
No,
your
but you
statements that have been
said
shown online.
Hila has made comments in plural that have deemed, and then you finish the sentence. So what are the comments that I've made?
Yeah, I mean, I can go.
She made a lot of comments. Again, she needs to know. Like, she literally said, that the IDF. She said, I deny that the IDF are burning people on the daily. She said that you will be lynched in Ramallah. She said that Yoav Galan is a really good guy.
Online, I think the main ones that I remember seeing, the main ones that I remember, I mean, I can go online. I think the main ones that I remember seeing.
You don't know them? Okay.
The main ones that I remember seeing is that and the raid.
That was not a comment.
She didn't say anything, to be
well,
clear.
What did I say there?
If that's the main one, I mean, that's like a really, like...
Okay, so she's making it seem like this is the main... That's the thing, Madison. Come on, girl. She's making it seem like the worst thing Hila has said is, I mean, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. And now they're making it seem like that's the worst thing Hila has said. I mean, is that all Snark has to go on? Then they're going to make it all about Snark. And like, and again, Snark has abandoned me, folks. I am now, I am a lone wolf walking the YouTube landscape all by myself, the deserts of YouTube. I'm all alone, folks. I've been abandoned. Ain't nobody like me. Nobody wants me.
I don't know if you're understanding the gravity of like how much of a fucked up, excuse my poor language, fucked up thing that is to say about somebody. You call babies terrorists, right? Like that is an incredibly incendiary thing. That's not something to say about someone who like just did this with their head.
But also, you started by saying to me right now how much you don't know anything about this. Do you know that I'm Israeli and I grew up there and I have family there?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you assuming that I don't know anything about anything? Because like, it just seems like you're just making assumptions about me.
Saying, I think
you're just making the worst.
I mean, you know the Hasbara. You know what they want you to know.
Assumption about me without knowing me, without hearing what I've said. You're putting words in my mouth. I didn't say anything.
that is what's happening. There's being words being put in her mouth. I mean, because that like literally. Sorry to cut you off. I really don't want to feel like ganging up. I want to give you all the space. Excuse us for if it gets like emotional and defensive.
And look, I mean, they're not ganging up on, but it is kind of like at this point within a 5-minute radius, she's been spoken to by Ethan, Hila, and AB. It's like 3 versus 1 in that situation. And there's a whole crew now. Not everyone is jumping in, and they're not all commenting. And it's mainly going to be Ethan and Hila. But like again, in that scenario, and that's something people were warning me about. Like, hey, if you get on there, they're all going to fucking swarm you, and you're going to get like going to outnumber you essentially. And they all hate me on that show. They've all called me the worst kinds of names. So they all have a reason to be like rude to me, I would imagine. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, at that point, she's taken all of them on. So again, she's not doing a great job, but I do commend her for, you know, keeping her cool and just being nice through the whole thing. And she's just being too nice. Like she was fooled into thinking there was a way of like reaching through to Ethan. And maybe that's also the naive part of myself. That's what I'm thinking, but.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, I feel like at times what's essentially happening is I'm being sort of roped in with, you know, this sort of snark drama. Those aren't always my opinions. I think what might have become botched in the coverage is I'm attempting to describe what's happened online or what's transpired online. So I'm not, I can see how with my coverage it looks one-sided. Again, I can see saying, oh, I'm unbiased is not fucking true, you know, as I tried to describe in my life.
She says, you know, a whole bunch, by the way. She's like, you know, at some point she's going to say like, you know, like 12 times within like 30 seconds.
I try and take a broad view approach. So it's like, okay, let me look at what's transpired over here, what's transpired over here. And I don't think I did that enough in this video at all. I 100% agree with that.
So again, just conceding. It's just all conceding. She made a bad, but again, but like it's mainly her fault. Like she made the bad video. This whole situation has been perfect for H3. I got to be honest with you guys. She made like a bad video to begin with. She made claims that she should have known that Ethan was going to like threaten to sue her. Now with the ability to be like, hey, litigation, they had something over her head to bring her onto the show. And they just have a sacrificial lamb essentially to be like, you're right, I fucked up. You're right, I fucked up. And this is going to be 3 hours of her basically, for the most part, saying I fucked up. You're right. I should have done X. I should have done Y. You're right. I fucked up. I should have done X. I should have done Y. And even with all of that, she did not make the audience happy because she didn't really even explain herself very well. Bad Pierogi has just gifted another Do Not Worry membership. Thank you so much, Bad Pierogi. Narwhal by nature has just become a member. Congratulations, Narwhal. Narwhal, let's go.
Just to cap off this one clip. So, just to confirm, she did not say babies are terrorists. Like, do you agree with that, right?
Yes. Yeah. Again, I mean, it seems within the context of the clip that she's agreeing with Rudy Giuliani's statements. I'm very glad that you guys have both said you do not agree with those statements. As far as
sorry, if this is like if this is a broken record, but again, the words you use in agreement with her is that she said babies are terrorists, not that she's agreeing with what Rudy. No, you said someone else said it. I acknowledge that. And by the way, the source for that clip is from H3 Snark. And again, you can source Snark, but I do think it's important to point out that when that is
as I said, I do agree with those sentiments of moving forward. I have to, find other clip sources and, watch the full thing in context and always be sure I'm doing that. Again, usually when I cover someone, it's like, okay, what are their criticisms of them? What are online commentary? What are their support pages? What are things directly from their sources? I try and look at, again, all these different sort of, threads and then pull them together in a video. I think, again, after this experience, I 100% agree that if I'm finding a source and it's a clip from one thing, I need to find the full source. I need to verify. I think that's a responsible, creator ethics thing to do. So I agree with that.
So again, sorry to labor a point I've already been over, but just again, Hila did not say that babies are terrorists. Despite what other people said online on Snark or TikTok or whatever, like that's just a fact. She did not say that, right? She did not say babies.
Okay, we get it, Ethan. She's conceded. She's like, I shouldn't have said that. They're really insisting on that. Like, you move on to the next thing.
They're terrorists.
Yeah, I think it was an online worry of many people, from what I've read, and so
but
to
she
hear
didn't
that
say
you guys
that,
both
right? Just
don't
to be
agree.
clear.
No, she said I mean and nodded her head. And again, I guess moving forward, again, it's I'll have to
oh my god, dude. What?
Be clear.
No, she said I mean and nodded her head. And again, I guess moving forward, again, it's I'll have to practice discernment with each situation, but especially with a very sensitive situation like this, maybe just saying it.
Okay, she just said I counted it 5 times in like 15 seconds. That might be more than I say bro sometimes.
Exactly what was said in the video before showing the clip. And
the whole context of that conversation was we were talking about how Trump was horrible for Palestine and he was worse for Palestine than Kamala would have been. So like the whole context of the conversation, if you go back and look at it, is being critical of Trump and Giuliani and all of those people for being demons when it comes to advocating for Palestinians, or they're doing the opposite, right? They're advocating against Palestinians.
I mean, I don't doubt that.
Here's the beginning of the conversation, just to give Palestine.
The movement of not voting is so funny to me. Especially by people pro-Palestine.
Dan from New York says her incoherent inability to respond affirmatively against Ethan's gaslighting proves she has no place doing this shit. What the flying fuck? I know. But again, I think she just literally was afraid of getting sued, and she's getting all these comments from on 3 of her videos, nonstop for like 5 days. She was like, I need to make the stop. I need to reach out to Ethan. I need to call in on the show and avoid the lawsuit, avoid all that stuff. And I think that's what happens, in my opinion.
Because if Trump gets elected,
he's the most pro-Israel president of all time.
It's not good for the movement.
Like, he is fucking insane. Like,
at his rally, Rudy was saying that Palestine.
I guess it's
Ninja Skier says she's nervous. She's talking to a guy throwing lawsuits left and right, and that is true. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. Her saying a lot and she is nervous, and again, it is scary talking to Ethan right now. It is scary because he is throwing lawsuits left and right. He's doing fucking random Redditors, people we don't even know who the fuck they are. So he's literally going after anyone. So I do not blame her one bit for being nervous. And again, she doesn't know anything about these people practically. Oh my, I just said it myself. Shit.
It's just a little bit before that, but we can move on to a different one. This clip, I guess I just want to get your thoughts on why you included. I just want to get your thoughts on why you included this here. So I'll play this for you, and then you can explain Here it is.
Seem more and more erratic. His statements harsher, bizarre, and more extreme.
Hassan Piker has lost all of his marbles. The mullet rolls are gone, people.
That's such a bad clip of Ethan. Oh my god, that clip makes him look so fucking unhinged with like the dyed hair and the fucking
hard hitting, man.
Sorry, was that covered?
It's scratching
My
his
bad.
leg.
Let me go back. I'm user errors. Boomer alert. Sorry.
Seem more and more erratic. His statements harsher, bizarre, and more extreme.
Hassan Piker has lost all of his marbles.
Oh my god.
The mullet.
Yeah, he looks unhinged here because like his eyebrows are all fucked. His hair is like dyed. He's got the mustache. He's got the evil hair. Like
more extreme.
Hassan Piker has lost all of his marbles.
Oh my god.
The mullet rolls are gone, people. Hard hitting, man.
So what are you trying to show there?
Yeah, I mean,
Ethan, she's trying to show that you look fucking insane. What do you mean? What are you trying to show? You know what she's trying to show. You look fucking unhinged. He's gonna be like she's making fun of my Tourette's or something, but like it was just the hair, the like grabbing the leg being up, just the chaotic nature of it all. Like that's what it is. It's not a Tourette's thing, man.
I mean, I think you're talking about one creator, you know, losing their marbles, and I think at the same time there's been same clips sort of spread of people making the same insinuations about you. You know.
What are you what is it you're showing though? You're zooming in on something.
He's trying to get her to say, I'm trying to show your Tourette's or something. Yeah, this is what, dude, if I were to get on the show, you know what they would do? They're going to play the clip of me looking at the Israelis running from the bombs. They'll be like, explain this. Why did you say it sounds like music to your ears? Would you care to explain this to us right now? And I'm be like, what the fuck do you want me to say, man? Are you willing to apologize? Do you disavow? Do you condemn Hamas? Do you condemn the video of you looking at the Israelis? I swear that's how it would go. What did you mean when you said I want them to scream louder? What did you mean by that? And by the, I don't remember saying that. I'm just giving an example of how our conversation might go. 100%.
Marbles.
I actually don't know what it is. It looks like a tattoo. I think I've seen.
People.
So why did you zoom in on that?
Because you're looking fucking crazy, Ethan.
You know, I'm not gonna. I work with a team of people, but I'm not going to, you know, talk about their choices. And you know what I mean? I'm not gonna. Like,
well, it's, I mean, not really, because I mean.
What is she saying? Wait, what? What choices?
Did you zoom in on that?
You know, I'm not gonna. I work with a team of people, but I'm not going to, you know, talk about their choices. And you know,
it's like, is she talking about the tattoo? I mean, yeah, the tattoo looks hideous as well, Ethan. Like, come on. Doesn't he say, even Ethan is on camera being like, yeah, I probably should have gotten a tattoo like Hila's, because Hila got like a much nicer, like little like teddy or something written. It's more legible. He literally got scribbles tattooed on his leg. So you got the whole leg looking fucked up. And like, does he want her to say you have an ugly tattoo? Like, does he want her to say your tattoo is shit? I don't understand.
I mean, I'm not gonna like.
Well, it's, I mean, not really, because I mean, it is your project. Ultimately, if it's representing you, I would certainly not want my other collaborators having hidden opinions in there that I didn't approve of, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of the best way to navigate that, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I work with researchers, I work with editors, and I really
so you included this clip. You don't know what it means.
So there's certain. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to think again. I'm trying to think of the best way to navigate this.
Sure.
Supporting, you know.
Yeah, and take your time. I don't want you to feel pressured. Take whatever time you need.
So she's saying a team member, a researcher, picked this video. She had nothing to do with this clip. So she doesn't feel comfortable commenting on why they chose this clip because she didn't choose it herself. Okay, that's why it's confusing.
To consider it.
Yeah,
if I'm talking over you too much or being too pushy, just tell me to, and I'll back off. Like that, really, I'm sorry. I'm getting
it's
like
okay.
That's just kind of how I talk, and sometimes it's not great.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So I think that at the end of the day, to be just as respectful as possible, I don't want to discuss decisions that my team members made, because that's really not. Sorry. Also, my team member is calling me right now. I work with a team member who I work with a few different team members that I've worked with for literally since I was 2 months postpartum and losing my mind a little bit. You know, with a baby. You know, my husband has been out of the army for a few years now, but he was in the field for a month when I was about 2 months postpartum, and that was usually the point when I was like, okay, I don't know if I can really be a military wife, and yeah, that was actually the time when 2 of my team members found me, and an editor and a researcher, and we've been working together for
Okay, I mean, God bless. What are we talking about again?
a long time, and I think that ultimately, as a content creator, all of that falls on me. All of the decision-making process, all of the researching process. So yeah, there's some things in there that are mistakes that I didn't do. Like there's some things in there that were research links and things that I didn't provide. But at the same time,
listen, you got to take responsibility for whatever's in that fucking video. It's your channel. You're hosting the video. These are your videos. You need to be able to defend a choice. If I made a video and then Nour picked the video and she put it in the video and I don't like the video, and then Ethan is like, why did you put that in the video? I'm not gonna be like, hey, it's Nour's fault. It's my team. No, I have to. You sign off on whatever your team does. You sign off on it. It ends with you. The buck ends. Is it the buck starts with you, or the buck ends with you, or the buck starts and ends with you? Someone correct me. One of you Americans. Okay, you got to stand by what you made, Madison. Okay, you made the video. Your team made the video. You go down with the fucking ship. It doesn't matter. You don't throw anyone else under the bus, and I can't comment on that. No, just tell them the video makes you look kind of unhinged. Okay, it's unsettling. You're like itching your leg. You've got these weird scribbles on your leg. You've got your leg up. Your hair is fucking dyed. You got the mustache. You're like going like all crazy and shit. So be like, it's just an unsettling video, and I thought it made you look kind of, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's it. The buck ends. The buck stops with you. Okay, so the buck stops with you, Madison. The buck stops with you. You can just own it. Own it. Own it. Own it. You're saying a whole lot of nothing right now.
I verified all of it. I'm the one that posted it, so it all falls on me, if that makes sense. And also, as part of the growing process, it's my job to sort of be like, okay, how can we grow from this? How can I expand the sort of, project and everything? Kind of similar as you've done over the years, with your team.
Sure, yeah, you want to build teams, and obviously, you can't get stuck doing everything yourself, otherwise you can't grow. But just
I do think that this has been a really, sorry, also I interrupted you.
That's okay,
but I do think that this has been a good lesson for me to kind of scale back a little bit and, really focus on, because I think that, really focus on the research coming from me for a little bit, just a few projects at least, to really be like, okay, with all these lessons in mind, how do I, move forward and kind of do those things and get used to that.
And listen, we all learn, we all have learning experiences. I just wish it wasn't at the cost of my life.
I mean, Ethan. Although Ethan's being a little bit dramatic right now. It's at the cost of my life. Again, guys, I was getting some pushback online. You know what I did? I just stopped looking at the social media. I stopped looking at Reddit. I stopped engaging with it. I think Ethan would have saved himself a lot of grief, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of subscribers had he not engaged with the hate so much and made it part of the show. Like, remember, I did one episode reading Reddit comments. I did a whole episode reading Reddit comments. You guys fucking hated that. You know how many episodes like that Ethan did over and over and over again, reading hate comments and reveling in the hatred, just fucking marinating in it over and over and over again, episode after episode. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, again, as I've communicated to you, a lot of those, I mean, again, that statement that we just went over, the Rudy Giuliani statement, I can go back and edit out, and any other ones that we come across here, if you show me the full context and I think it doesn't fully apply, or I talk to you and you disavow.
I'll leave the edit. I'll leave the editing choices up to you. My point is not to remove or to silence criticism. I just to kind of exactly.
You said I don't want to silence criticism. Yeah, Ethan, your role has been to scare people shitless about talking about you. Anyone talks about you, you either threaten them with a lawsuit or like you fucking ridicule them, and literally gone after anyone who's made critical videos about him if he can.
Choice is up to you. My point is not to remove or to silence criticism. I just to kind of exactly. But just kind of because I'm not sure if you answered. So do you have an opinion about why there's
harsher, bizarre?
Why you're zooming in on my leg here? I'll just play. It's really short.
Has lost all of his marbles. The marbles are gone, people. Hard hitting, man.
And he's literally saying the man has lost all his marbles while he's doing this. That's what makes the clip even funnier.
So there's a very deliberate effort to zoom in there, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess my main question is, why was your leg up when you were?
That happens all the time. I mean, I do that literally every episode.
She's laughing. Is she laughing at the tattoo here? What is she laughing at?
Okay.
So my leg being up is implying something?
I mean, is it the most professional? I don't know.
Is that why you included it when you're talking about?
I guess
Have I
also,
claimed to be
what
the most
is
professional?
is that a tattoo?
It is a tattoo, yes.
Okay, yeah.
But it seems, if I can make an assumption, the insinuation here clearly seems to be.
Okay, I like her asking, is that a tattoo? That is kind of funny. The first time I saw it, I was like, is that a fucking tattoo? I was like, what the fuck is that? It was like an Instagram post.
That I'm on drugs of some kind. I think they're trying to imply that I'm on meth or something like that. And the edit.
I don't know if that would be the proper insinuation, because to be honest, my team members know.
Guys, remember to like the stream. Like the stream if you're watching live. All right, let's get to 130 likes. Let's get to 150 likes. Why 130? Let's get to 150 likes right now, okay? Whoever hasn't liked it yet, click like. I know you're here. I know you can hear me.
That I have a family member who's a meth addict, who's very close to me, so.
Right. Yeah, but so well, then what is? I just genuinely don't know what it means. You saw, I'm getting more and more erratic.
People are saying rewind 20 seconds. I got you.
Is that a tattoo?
It is a tattoo, yes.
Okay, yeah.
But it seems, if I can make an assumption, the insinuation here clearly seems to be that I'm on drugs of some kind. I think they're trying to imply that I'm on meth or something like that. And the edit.
I don't know if that would be the proper insinuation, because to be honest, my team members know that I have a family member who's a meth addict, who's very close to me, so.
Right. Yeah, but so. Well, then what is? I just genuinely don't know what it means. You saw, I'm getting more and more erratic. People in Snark and in that world calling me, saying that I'm on drugs, which is, again, a really fucked up thing, excuse my language, to say about a dad of 3. Someone who has Tourette's, someone who has anxiety disorders, someone who deals with all this stuff in the public eye, to insinuate that I'm ever on drugs.
Okay, the pity party for Ethan. Jesus Christ, someone who has Tourette's, a father of 3. I have anxiety. Ethan, you shit on people all day on your podcast. Little creators with like a few thousand subscribers, man. You've labeled me as an anti-Semite to your hundreds of thousands of viewers. I had like 15,000 subscribers when you did that, man. Like, come on, man. You put everyone on fucking blast. You're out here being like, I have anxiety. I have Tourette's. I'm a father of 3. I mean, look, he is a father and a husband. Don't forget, if the Charlie Kirk assassination taught us anything, is that fathers and husbands are worth more than regular people. Okay? It automatically grants you a level of grace and forgiveness that us regular people don't have.
Which is, again, a really fucked up thing, excuse my language, to say about a dad of 3. Someone who has Tourette's, someone who has anxiety disorders, someone who deals with all this stuff in the public eye, to insinuate that I'm ever on drugs or that I'm somehow acting.
Hassan Piker has
you say I'm acting more extreme, and then you show a close-up
of
me.
Gone, people.
And it almost looks like someone's trying to say that it's like a scar, like a scratch wound, and I'm just manically kind of.
It's just making you look a little unhinged, Ethan. That's it. Stop spending half an hour on this. Jesus Christ, let's move on.
Grabbing my leg like I'm on some kind of drug. Like, that seems to be the obvious insinuation to me.
I mean, that can certainly be your opinion on that.
Well, what is it? I mean, if you don't know, then who does?
I mean, so the reason why I clipped that is, you know, to be also, again, I do think, and I'm certainly not devoid of hypocrisy. I think that there's a certain, you know, which we'll probably get into. I think that I can certainly, you know, deploy hypocrisy, and that's happened a few times. And I think that anytime that happens, it's you know, within anyone's right to check me on that, for me to reevaluate and, you know, learn from that. But I think that it was
hypocritical. It'd just be wrong and kind of mean-spirited.
Well, no, I was kind of saying, as far as, you know, you're sort of saying like, oh, someone's lost all of, you know, Hassan's lost all of his marbles, you know, kind of casually saying that, but you're very hurt when other people say the same thing.
So this is showing me losing my marbles?
That's showing that you're saying other people are losing their marbles.
While zooming in on my leg.
Also, again, that was.
You're talking about people saying you're losing your marbles while you simultaneously look like you are losing your marbles. Yes, just tell them that.
Wasn't my particular editing choice, but I'm just trying to say, you know,
I just find it interesting that there's like edits in here that you don't somehow even know why they're there or what they mean. I do find that, and again, this is like, I feel like you don't treat these videos with the gravity they deserve. Like, once again, you're talking about my life.
I agree.
And you are making extraordinary claims about me and my family, right? Like damaging, hurtful, like career, reputational.
Defamatory? Just say it, Ethan. Say defamatory.
And just personally, like, very hurtful and horrible things that should never be said without an extraordinarily serious, you know, I am a person, right? Like, at the end of the day, I'm not just like some fucking drug addict with his foot up on the desk that you can just.
Shit. I am a person. I'm not some fucking drug addict. What are drug addicts? last I checked, they were people too. People that maybe made some difficult choices and like questionable choices. People that are suffering. Hey, I'm a human being. I'm not a fucking drug addict. Shit, Ethan, holy shit, man. Didn't she just say that she had a relative who was addicted to heroin? Be a little more sensitive to the topic.
Horrible things that should never be said without an extraordinarily serious, you know, I'm a person, right? Like at the end of the day, I'm not just like some fucking drug addict with his foot up on the desk that you can just say anything you want about. Like, you know, it's just not, it's just, I am a person here, right? Like, and all these people that you sourced, all these snarkers and stuff. I mean, like, I don't think even you can tell me with a straight face that these people are not obsessed and attempting to destroy my life and everyone's around me life with whatever means they have.
Mm-hmm.
And it even means lying outright.
I mean, I don't deny that there aren't people that do that on the internet. I've had people go into my aunt's page, which I'm upset at my aunt right now because I have a policy of not posting my child online, and I've had family members who just ignore that. You know, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, where you're not even in the room and someone's, you know, babysitting your child, and then they take a photo and that ends up on like their Facebook page or something, and people currently are posting that.
Yeah,
photo
that's horrible.
around.
I would hate for that.
And so. Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Wait, so people are sharing photos of her family? What's up?
Have a policy of not posting my child online, and I've had family members who just ignore that. You know, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, where you're not even in the room and someone's, you know, babysitting your child, and then they take a photo and that ends up on like their Facebook page or something, and people currently are posting that.
Yeah,
photo
that's horrible.
around.
I would hate for that.
And so, yeah, no, I completely agree. Some of that, I think, you know, it's my opinion. I think that unfortunately comes with.
Chatterbox asks, do you think that Ethan is on drugs? I personally don't. Ethan's been very open about his drug use. He's talked about smoking crack that one time. He's talked about maybe being like addicted to some kind of drug when he lived like in Israel. He's talked about taking drugs recreationally. So he does, I think, dabble in drugs like recreationally from time to time. I don't think he's like sitting in the office like zonked out of his mind every single week, every time they're shooting a podcast. No, I don't think Ethan is like snorting lines of coke in the bathroom. But like there was that incident where he seemed like he was taking like some Adderall from AB. Like there have been a couple of moments here and there. Like didn't he drop like one of his dogs almost ate like an Adderall pill or something? So I mean, there's been instances and stuff, but like no, I don't think he's like he's on drugs all the time.
Our job, and I think that's why a lot of times being a content creator is not mentally healthy. It's not the best, you know, like that is just genuinely my opinion. Like being a content creator is not a good career for your mental health. If you want like the best mental health, maybe don't become a content creator.
Right,
you know,
especially one that people make careers lying about.
But yeah, I mean, but at the same time, you know, when it comes to, you know, speculation, I think, you know, again, I have a family member who's really close to me who's
1 second, guys.
meth addict, and also I think in general that addiction is very misunderstood.
I'm not addicted to drugs, by the way. I don't take drugs.
Yeah, no.
Just for the record, because I mean, like, and I empathize with you, right? I mean, addiction is horrible and damaging, but I do not.
Well,
I'm not on drugs.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is that he's literally the most functional person in the world. I mean, you know, you wouldn't. Most people.
Right, but I don't take drugs. Just for the record.
Yes, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, you know, I think it's again something that I've talked about a lot in therapy because. I
did smoke crack one time. I did. I don't know if you knew that in your research. That is true.
I do now. Yeah,
I get quick to be corrected on that one. I did smoke crack once.
Okay, but yeah, no, I think like you know, a lot of addiction, people have trouble empathizing with it because they see, you know, essentially people at their worst states or these, you know, very.
Chris sends a $2 dono and says, "Take a shot every time she says, you know, do not do that. Do not do that. We will all die of alcohol poisoning within 5 minutes. Literally, do not take a shot every time she says, you know. It is not good for you."
Exaggerated things online, and they think that you know is across the board all addiction, and I think that's why a lot of addicts, again, not Ethan Klein, who's not an addict, but addicts, and you know, because you know you don't.
I guess I don't understand the point of the conversation if I don't do drugs, right?
Yeah, I'm just kind of saying. So what I'm trying to say is that you know. Most addicts literally do not look like addicts. They and that is also why they struggle to get help.
Well, that's interesting,
you know,
because they're saying I look like an addict in that clip, but I'm not.
Exactly. So that's why, you know, I think that again, what I'm trying to show when I do a lot of this content is the online concern, and I should try to essentially very heavily disassociate that from my own opinion, or figure out how to, you know, because essentially I'm trying to show like this is what's being.
1 second, guys.
Being posted online about a person, and this is the escalating concern, or this is the escalating, you know, post about someone, you know, essentially that.
I feel like based on the story you're sharing with me, that if anything, you would want to distance yourself from flippant accusations of drug abuse, right? And by the way, Anissa, who you said never provokes me, I mean, she was during my debate with Hassan tweeting that I'm on drugs, and she knows me in real life. So, I mean, that's pretty insidious. But it just seems to me that you would want to separate yourself from these flippant, kind of thoughtless, irresponsible accusations of being on drugs. When you know, when you're, especially when you're talking about someone with like a Tourette's syndrome and other neurological stuff going on, right, that would cause me to be antsy and stuff like that. It just feels, again, kind of really messed up thing to say. And as a parent of 3 too. Sorry to cut you off.
I think
as a parent of 3 who's had CPS visit my house, by the way, putting out there that I'm on meth or doing drugs is an extraordinarily cruel thing to accuse a parent of in that situation.
Sorry, guys. I need to take a quick bathroom break. Maki, keep the people entertained. I had to get a snack, as you guys know. Get a chocolate yan, folks. Yan, fuck yeah, it's those like sticks. You dip them in chocolate cream. It's like a Chinese product. Or these Japanese? I always get confused. I think it's Chinese, right? Yan. Anyways, this shit's fucking good. Okay, I fucking love this. Chocolate flavor is the top flavor. Don't fuck with no strawberry. Don't fuck with no vanilla. Don't fuck with no hazelnut chocolate. It's got to be this chocolate, the red yan. Let me enjoy my little snack right now while we watch some of this shit.
I mean, yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that, again, as far as, and I think that this is referencing the big post of concerns for Ethan's mental health on the Snark page, if that's what you're referencing, where it kind of discusses that.
Oh, there's South Korean home. Fuck yeah.
I think what I was trying to say with that is that essentially it did seem to me, as someone who is, you know, reading through a lot of this, that there were people that were.
I'm getting Japanese and South Korean in the comments. I need the confirmation. Is yan Japanese or South Korean?
Genuinely concerned for you, because sometimes, you know, when I'm going through these online, for example, bringing up one you know, like person that I did research on is Brittany Dawn, you know, who I did a video on, and when I would find different, you know, kind of posts about her of like online opinion pieces, a lot of them were just all hate, like really, really intense. And I'm not saying that, you haven't had a lot of those posts.
When you found people expressing concern for me, were they in my community?
No, like I said, it was this master post that
it was in a community dedicated to snarking on me. They were the ones expressing concern, not my actual fans that care about me.
All the obsessiveness with the snark.
That sounds like concern trolling.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't you think my real fans would be concerned if they thought I was on drugs?
I guess that's up to the individual person, because I think that I wonder if someone became concerned, would they get pushed out of your community? Would that happen?
Hermio Taurus says Yan Yan is Japanese. I looked it up. There we go. And temporal Linsanity also says it's Japanese. Let's fucking go.
I don't know. I mean, no, I don't think so. I don't believe so. I mean, there are people who get banned are people that are just being like inflammatory and mean-spirited and a lot of kinds of people. Well, anyway, listen, let's move on to another topic. I feel like we've kind of discussed that one through. This one
yeah, you have. Jesus.
Really struck me, and I'll play it and then you can respond to it. Here is this clip here. This one felt like very it kind of blew me away, frankly, just to be totally honest.
Implying that Ethan and Hila are pedophiles because Ethan made jokes about pedophiles and Hila has a hoodie with Care Bears is so gross. Which I hopefully did not fully imply that, because, yeah, no. Even in a hit piece like this, have you no shame? Do you not care about the impact your words on people's life? I can't believe anyone can stoop to such lows.
Actually, I prefer to even show you the original clip. That was your kind of explaining it. Hold on one sec as I pull that.
The pedophile stuff is kind of batshit crazy, to be honest with you guys. And just completely discredits her whole video. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes the whole thing, it overshadows everything else she says in the video. Any good points she could have made in that video, completely ignored by Ethan because she just literally called him and Hila like potential pedophiles or groomers. So,
sorry, I'm trying to pull the original clip so we can watch that. That'd be more instructive, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I definitely, I feel like I did not go about this the right way at all. If you can see my original script, I was going to say something completely different, and didn't opted to not say that.
Sorry, I found it, by the way.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I did like write something down specifically for this because I'm very worried about not saying, I don't know, misspeaking, because yeah, I feel bad about I don't know, shitting on someone's clothing brand in the wrong way. But
you can shit on my clothing brand. I don't like being insinuated that I'm a pedophile or that I think babies are terrorists.
Or yeah, in that way.
I mean, that's like a whole different league of insult, right? But anyway, let's watch this part because this part really kind of rattled me a bit.
What could happen at any moment? Hila decided to call the brand Teddy Fresh because Ethan and Hila loved the name Theodore or Teddy. Theodore happens to be the name of their first son. Teddy is the nickname they have for each other. Following the launch of Teddy Fresh's first collection in October of 2017, the brand almost immediately saw massive success. Much of its apparel would sell out shortly after dropping, and the line reflects Hila's own personal style. While in the past,
let's take a quick pause. Been streaming for like 2 hours almost. I just want to have this conversation with you guys real quick. I've been invited on the H3 podcast twice. The first time was when they just wanted to dunk on me. They thought I was like an easy target when AB was making fun of that clip of me talking about like an or whatever. Then the second time was when Ethan and them were like, oh shit, he agrees. He partly agrees about like the whole caller situation. Not agrees, but like, you know what I said. The caller thing. They're like, hey, he's on our side. Snark is attacking him. Let's lure him back to our side. And again, they're like, hey, Anthony. They used my real name a couple of times. They're like, call into the show. They were being nice, but again, fake nice. They were just trying to butter me up, call in on the show. And again, I said the same thing the second time that I said the first time. I said, I'll call in. I'm down to call in if you can drop the lawsuits. Part of me, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, part of me is tempted to call in, man, and just to try to make it clear that like we can argue. We know how to speak to them. it is very clear, it is very easy to make the argument that they are Zionists. I don't even need to convince them that they're Zionists. All I need to do is convince them why everyone thinks they're Zionists, why they're losing, why they've lost all these subscribers, why their views are half of what they used to be. They don't even need to believe me. They don't even need to believe that they're Zionists themselves. All they need to understand is what they've said and why people think they're Zionists. That's literally it. If they want to agree, I'm not going to convince them. You think I'm going to convince Ela, you know, to change her ways or to change her mind after being raised and having lived in Israel most of her life, etc.? I'm not going to change these fucking people's minds. But I think I can get on there and make a pretty fucking fair argument that, like, hey, this is why I stopped watching. This is why a lot of people stopped watching. And this is how you might be able to get some of those people back. That would be my goal. They can ask whatever questions they want. They can try to make me look as bad as they want. I think I can stay on message. That's the problem. Really respected in the community for standing up about the lawsuits. But yeah, I mean, there's the fucking lawsuits, man. They're just, there's no way they're going to drop them. But he's not going to drop them. That's the problem. Like, if what my fear is that are they just going to go for people like this? But then again, it's not my problem. I shouldn't care. I shouldn't care. To be fair, their most viewed episode in the last few weeks is the one where they talked about me for an hour. Coincidence? Coincidence H3 podcast? Why don't I get any of those views? But hey, anyway.
I would certainly commend Ela for having a very creative style.
Dreadful Utopia says you're going to do it, aren't you? Guys, I would not. First of all, the fact that I have not reached out to them already, they probably think that like I'm pussying out or something. Even though I did make it clear twice, I will talk to you guys. Just drop the lawsuits. And the second time, I reacted to their full 1 hour segment. We watched it for over like 3 hours. I was very nice. I was very respectful, despite a lot of the things that they were saying. I will not email H3 without giving you guys a heads up. Okay, you guys will get, if I ever email H3 and go like, hey guys, what's up? I'll give you guys, let's do another poll just to have it tracked. Should I call H3 in parentheses without the lawsuit stipulation? Because at this point, it's the only way this is gonna happen, because they're not gonna drop the lawsuits, right? Yes and no. Start poll. I know what you guys are gonna say. I just want it to be official so that you all get your say officially. You know what I'm saying? No one's gonna be judged for how you vote. Let's continue.
Often, some of the outfit ensembles that Ela chooses feels very childlike, with also Teddy Fresh having a little teddy bear as a logo. I don't know. Maybe it's interesting.
So, can you explain to me what's interesting about...
Ooh, Artful Decadence. I love this. She says, my liege, do not go or I cannot follow. It kind of sounds... I kind of take it more like Lord of the Rings. Mr. Frodo, don't go or I can't follow. I won't. Mr. Samwise, I'm not going to disappoint you, Sam. But it is, part of me wants to talk to these people. That's the problem. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Part of me thinks I could fucking just, because watching this is painful. Watching this is painful, and I can't help but put myself in her position and think what I would have said or how I would have handled this question or that question or what I would have brought up here or there. So watching this is making me annoyed. You know what I mean? I understand the importance of why I'm not showing up. But part of me is like, God damn it, man. I could do so much better than this.
By the way, yeah, what's interesting about that?
Yeah, so essentially what I was trying to say, which, yeah, I kind of wrote it down as to make sure that I don't know.
So far, yes, 59 votes, 32% say yes, 68% say no. 60 votes.
Because I feel like I didn't go about that the right way and how I should have described it in depth. Again, I kind of had something different that I was going to say in my script.
What was it? Do you want to say it? What it is you meant to say? Or you don't have to.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, because again, I edited it out and didn't say it because I didn't think I should.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So I essentially, you know, sorry, I can also hear myself echoing. But yeah, I can see how my statement could be taking things too far in online commentary, especially if you do feel like a propensity of online snarkers who are sort of, taking things to the extreme and, calling you pedophiles and, kind of, going after your family.
Do you think that it's a stretch to watch that and say, like, to assume you're saying something about us being pedophiles or groomers or something?
So let me explain sort of the context of what I was meaning to say. And so, I think that, so essentially, looking into the research, Ela spoke about, sort of the inspiration of the clothing company being inspired by a lack of sort of colorful clothing for adults on the market. And there being, and inspired off of kind of the children's clothing that was colorful and sort of fun and playful. Again, I have plushies in, that offer me comfort in my
Right, and that
video
doesn't make you a
set. I
pedophile,
love,
obviously, right?
yeah, I love, and I think anyone who likes the same should, go for it. Find things that bring them joy and make them happy. And
We know. I promise we know.
that's why I said, in the past, I would commend Ela for her innovative style, for the way that she,
But now
brought
it's
forward, an
pedophilia.
innovative thing. The thing that sort of, that I said sort of, and the word that I said, is, sort of, I felt like kind of undermined that.
I'm sorry, guys. She's full of shit, man. This person's full of shit. I don't even know why the fuck I'm trying to, like, be nice. I mean, she's nice. She seems like a nice person. Her heart is in the right place. She made a dumb fucking video, man. And, like, she made such a dumb fucking video that, like, she made herself a prime target to be intimidated by Ethan. And, like, she gave herself, like, probable cause to, like, be sued. Like, she's out there fucking calling them potential pedophiles, and now she's on there. She can't fucking explain anything, man. I'm sorry, like, this is brain breaking. She can't fucking speak. Like, what is this? This is so fucking bad, man. Like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be nice, but, like, this is so bad. Like, she's nervous. I get it. She's really nervous, and she's terrified of being sued. But, like, the video, the OG video, without the lawsuit, without anything, the 3-hour edited fucking video is bad, man. I'm sorry, SWAT saw. It's just bad, man. Like, let's just come on. Like, I'm trying to be
The
quiet.
wholesomeness of the brand was seeing, your past Reddit accounts, seeing the sort of jokes that you would continually make about pedophilia, seeing all of that, and your closeness with the brand. I was kind of like, essentially, that association.
Do I make a lot of jokes
that's sort
about
of what I was-
pedophilia? I mean, I acknowledge I had that old account that's like 15 years old and stuff. But do I make jokes about pedophilia? I don't think so. That's not like a frequent topic. I mean, I talk about Michael Jackson. That's true. Michael Jackson, I make Michael Jackson jokes.
How are the two related? Because you're saying in the past you would commend my stuff, but what's changed? I didn't understand what's changed. And then you show pictures of me that don't show me dressed childlike either. So
Like, there's a million things you could bring up, and again, like, they're focusing on the easiest things to disprove. I'm sure she made some solid arguments in the 3-hour video, and they're not going to bring any of those up. They're just going to bring up the easy layups. But don't give him those easy layups, I guess. And people could say the same about me, but you said there's the video about you and the Israelis, and now you've given them all the ammo they need. Like, okay, sure, man. Probably.
Didn't actually show, like,
by the point.
do you think this is childlike, this outfit?
I did have more.
Artful. Good night to Artful Decadence. Good luck with work tomorrow. The poll is at 63% no, 37% yes. That's actually higher than I thought. 37% out of 96 votes, it's now 36% would want me to call in without the lawsuit stipulation.
Examples in the script itself, in my opinion.
I'm just looking at the video.
And this is considering that the invitation is still open. I'm not going to insist to call in. I'm not going to ask to call in. Ain't nobody worry about that.
One actually,
on page 8.
This one I can't say that I understand at all.
What's the problem with the silver dress? What?
I think that it was just seen as funny.
But you
what's funny? Like, to make fun of me? Just because I'm ugly? Like, what kind of funny?
You should look at the comments on Snark where this is
It's just a bad dress. Like, I don't even know what they're talking about right now.
found from, and see, like, the kind of jokes that you're tapping
Like,
into.
I don't feel the need to defend anyone here. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, Ethan and Ela, we know there's no need to defend anything. They're bullying this person right now. But, like, to be fair, she made a shitty video. She's just sitting there and just... The whole thing is bad, man. The whole thing is bad. What can I say? This is such a shitty conversation. I don't know who's benefiting from this. They're just feeling a little better because she's apologizing to them, but she's not, like, really conceding much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. I will. But yeah.
Just because I'm ugly?
Is
Because I'm
funny.
ugly.
What?
I think that it was just seen as funny.
But
you
what's funny? Like to make fun of me? Just because I'm ugly? Like what kind of funny?
You should look at
Hila, Keemstar called you a horse, and you're now wearing Keemstar's merch. Pointing that out.
the comments on Snark where this is found from and see like the kind of jokes that you're tapping into.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. I will. But yeah, no, I mean, back to the point, again, it's, you know, essentially taking something. I mean, again, a lot of people have things that are sort of inspired off of, you know, children's aspects that bring them joy.
Mhm.
I think right now a good example is like all the surprise boxes, you know, that are sort of, you know,
Yeah, they're not all
cutesy,
pedophiles.
the Labubu's in the back of Dan's set. But
Dan's
I think
not.
that no, but I think that again, like I said, it's you know, as I was researching for this video and seeing just like, you know, some of Ethan's past content, it was like, okay, you know, Ethan's very involved in Teddy Fresh and often, you know, promotes the brand. And so again, like I said, it just sort of
You're talking specifically about comments made 15 years ago,
You
right?
just said this picture is funny. Like, I'm wondering what was funny. Can you... You didn't say in this video that the problem...
You don't... Okay, I mean, come on now. You don't need... Like, you need... What do you want her to say? I think your dress looks stupid. Like, khalas, she's pointing it out. It looks... She thinks it looks silly. But... Like, stop it. Again, they're being so petty. Like, please explain. What do you think? You're calling me ugly? I want to know exactly which part of me is ugly.
Problem became Ethan's Reddit account. That's not what was said here. You said you have problem with how I dress.
Again, I
and
should have
you just said now that
expanded
this
on
is funny.
more in depth.
Is it just making fun
Again,
of the dress
I
she's
think
wearing?
that the photo was added in because it was seen as funny, and
What
the
do you
person that
think?
edited it.
I'm asking you, what do you think?
But you're
do
asking
you
what
think
I
this
think.
picture,
Yeah, what's funny
what
about
I'm
it?
wearing is funny? Do you think I'm dressed like a pedophile? I don't understand. What is your point?
No one... Hila, to be honest, no one understands shit right now. I don't understand what I'm watching.
Yeah, I think that you know, I think that if you're asking me what my specific viewpoint is.
Oh my god, honestly, this question, these 10 seconds are the perfect encapsulation of this whole fucking conversation. Let's go back. 1 second. Okay, these 20 seconds. Listen to this. What is so funny about this picture? What are you trying to say? The question in general and the answer. This is a perfect encapsulation of this entire fucking video that we're watching.
You're asking
Do you
what
think
I
this
think.
picture,
Yeah, what's funny
what
about
I'm
it?
wearing is funny? Do you think I'm dressed like a pedophile? I don't understand. What is your point?
Yeah, I think that you know, I think that if you're asking me what my specific viewpoint is on that particular outfit, do I think it's like really trendy right now? No, I don't think it's really trendy right now.
Okay.
Do I think
It's not
like,
trendy?
So the point is that I'm
I
out
don't
of
know.
trend. That would be a different video.
That's
Sure, you
like-
can make that video that I'm not trending.
I don't
What is come on, guys. Who am I supposed to defend here? Who am I supposed to defend? Fuck it. Put me in, coach. Coach, put me in. Put Chris Kunzler in. Put anyone in. Goddamn. Are you asking me what's funny about this picture? You know, I don't know. My team member got the... I don't know. Shit, I don't have any opinions.
yeah, I feel like it's
So this is another,
you know,
your
kind of
editor
a-
kind of sneaking one in on you again?
I mean, it's a bit of a straw man, but if you want to talk about that particular photo, yeah, we can go
Wait,
in
what?
depth
Sorry,
about
what's a straw man?
that outfit. The photo itself.
The photo is in your video. How is that a straw
Mm-hmm.
man?
I mean, yeah, no, but if we want to debate the specifics of that photo itself, we can talk about that, you know. But if we want to talk about the sentiment that I discussed and, you know, why I meant that and why I think I should have expanded more on that, so it wasn't, you know, taken out of context, we can discuss that as well.
These are the looks, by the way, you included in your research to say that her clothing is childlike and quote unquote interesting. So, like, I mean,
yeah, I would
the
say
blue
that is
face
childlike
one?
and interesting.
The blue face is my artistic impression and how I...
Why are they bringing up the blue-faced one?
That
blue
is
face
childlike
one?
and
Oh, man. He is the Turuk Maktu. Sheikh Suli. Ewa. She knows about the Turuk Maktu.
The
interesting.
blue face is my artistic impression and how I interpreted famous art that I was inspired by. The other ones are Y2K inspired.
Yeah, and again, I would commend that for being fashion forward and everything. Like
Okay.
I said, you know, Ethan's past comments simply, in my opinion, sort of undermined the
Just to be clear, we're
wholesomeness.
talking about 15-year-old accounts posted from an account with the name troll in the name.
Oh, so now he's defending pedo troll? What?
And sort of undermined the
Just to be clear, we're
wholesomeness.
talking about 15-year-old accounts posted from an account with the name troll in the name.
What was the first part of the name, Ethan? The second half of the name was troll. What was the first half of the name? Why'd you leave that out?
Yeah, and
Just
you know,
to be
just
clear, so
and there's
that's
been
the
some
part
other
that
consistent jokes
that
and-
ruins the current day, that makes you suspicious of us in current day. Is the just to
I
be
wouldn't
clear?
say-
Is there
again, I
other
wouldn't
ones,
say
or is it
I'm
just the
suspicious.
15-year-old Reddit account?
I mean, again, there's been some other consistent jokes. I mean, if you want me to like create a document and send it over compiling,
Well, you already did a
you know,
3-hour
as many
video
recent
about
jokes.
it. I mean, it
You
didn't
know,
make the
but
cut.
yeah, but like I said, you know, I agree. I should have expanded on that. If you want me to expand on it,
No, it's
I
okay.
can.
I just,
Um,
you know, what's interesting is after this part, I'll let it play a little bit further. What you say is
Having
interesting
a little
afterwards.
teddy bear as a logo. I don't know. Maybe it's interesting.
Wow.
Oh, I noticed you cut out the part where you said it reminds you of when you used to get groomed in high school.
that I think that was at the end of the video, but we can watch that one
No,
too.
I remember it. Oh, no. Wait, what? Wasn't it after that? Oh, my bad. It sounds like I've got that wrong.
That's embarrassing.
So wait, where's that one? Oh, you have it. I apologize. I am totally wrong on that one. Here it is.
That being said, Ethan accuses a lot of people of being.
Let me just go back to give
And
the.
remember,
Oh, this is about the Reddit
Ethan
account where you mentioned.
accuses a lot of people of being pedophiles and makes a lot of jokes
Here,
about
this one I'd like to say
Hila
really quick.
dresses.
I don't think I should have included Hila's clothing in this. I think that was total. You know, I think I should have just focused on, you know, your commentary. I agree on that one.
Okay, well, it's in the
Thank you.
video. I'll just play it. But
Yeah.
I'm glad.
No,
that
I
you're...
do want to say thank you because this has been ongoing for so long, and people come after this small business. I employ good people here in LA. This all we're doing is this is just a small business.
I mean, there's people in her employees' Instagram saying, "Why do you work for a pedophile?"
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I mean, that's.
I mean, no, like small business. I'm sure it's. I mean, it's a family owned. You know, but like they're making it sound like a mom and pop bakery out here. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
I'm just a humble small business owner. I'm not rich.
Glad
no,
that
I
you're-
do want to say thank you because
I only have 20 employees.
this has been ongoing for so long, and people come after this small business. I employ good people here in LA. This all we're doing is this is just a small business.
I mean, there's people in her employees' Instagram saying, "Why do you work for a pedophile?"
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I mean, that's.
I think this is Ila's rebrand into, you know, I'm not IDF soldier. I'm just the humble small business owner. I hire good American people right here in LA. I completely forgot how to do the Ela accent. Oh my God.
It's bananas,
heavy
right?
and very serious.
My small business, my clothes are available at Zoomies at one point. Only small businesses make it to Zoomies. You know, weren't they at Urban Outfitters at some point as well? Like they did a trial run with Urban Outfitters. Famously, Urban Outfitters only works with small businesses. You know,
I mean,
Not something to just play
this
around
stuff
with.
has like affected our lives a lot. Sorry to cut you off, Hila.
No, it's
I
fine.
apologize. Go ahead.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, for my own, you know, personal context too, though, I mean, again, talk about adding bias and everything, you know, not just in terms of, you know, that sort of lighthearted joke that I was talking, not lighthearted joke, but I was talking about, you know, I would growing up being like friends with, you know, different men, and they would sort of make sexual jokes. And then, you know, eventually I realized they weren't jokes at all. I also was...
that would insinuate I want to fuck kids. That's like that's the direct logic from that statement. In
Yeah,
fact,
I
let me
mean, I
just
guess
play
I-
it before we talk about it.
And makes a lot of jokes about Hila dresses kind of childlike with a little teddy bear for her fashion brand. I find all of that interesting. It reminds me of when I was really young and naive and had people who I thought were guy friends that would make a lot of sexual jokes towards me. And then they would kind of nudge me and say, it's just a joke. We're just joking around. And then I would always be shocked and disappointed when some time would pass and they would try to make a pass at me. Over time, when I became less naive, I realized that those jokes weren't really jokes at all, that they actually meant what they said the entire time. Ethan's old account has
Just so you know, there's been 0 accusations against me for anything, even talking in a.
I mean, yeah, like this is, she could try to dress it up any way she wants. She's trying to make the connection that Ethan and Ela are like somehow like grooming people or something, or like leading young people towards a certain path. Like it's Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Appropriately to fans and of any age, anywhere. I don't have a Snapchat. I don't talk. I don't engage fans in DMs. So
If
the
anything,
insinuation, and again, I want you to look at it from my perspective, right?
Yeah.
The insinuation that I'm grooming people, children, is not okay. It's just not. It's so destructive. It is so mean-spirited. It is, so, and by the way, it's completely without basis.
If anything, if I can add, you bring up again here that I dress childlike. Where do I dress childlike?
Me, Eli, have a 2-year age difference, by the way.
Again, I did
Pull up the picture with the blue outfit.
say I don't think I should have added that.
Okay.
Now it's just getting personal. What you said my outfit is ugly. Show me the picture where my outfit is ugly. You fucking piece of shit. Show me now. Where do I dress like a kid? You show me now.
If anything, if I can add, you bring up again here that I dress childlike. Where do I dress childlike?
Me, Eli, have a 2-year age difference,
again,
by the way.
You better show me the outfit.
Again, I did say I don't think I should have added that clip in that part because I was focusing on
And then
Ethan and stuff.
And
I
then
think
the
it was
other thing, if I can also add, is that you say that basically like you've had your own experience. And I have too.
So,
I have too. And Ethan knows stuff, and we are both very sensitive to this stuff. And
That's horrific, by the way. Anyone who's had any experience with any sexual assault, anything like that, it's fucking horrible. You know, sorry to hear that about Madison. Sorry to hear that about Ela. That's don't wish that upon any fucking human being on the planet.
And that's why we always speak up for victims. We're always on the side of victims. We always put other creators that have done bad stuff on blast. We're
always on the side of victims, except the biggest and most obvious victims in the world, the Palestinians. We give them a quick, shout out. By the way, yeah, what's happening in Gaza is bad, but have you seen the anti-Semitism? Have you seen the rise in anti-Semitism? By the way, Hamas has bases under hospitals. By the way, Hamas uses Palestinians as human shields, but we want freedom for the Palestinians. But have you seen the anti-Semitism? Have you seen the rise in anti-Semitism? Have you seen that Twitch panel with the hummus, with the Habibi pass? Oh my God. That's what you've been doing. Yeah. Oh no, we're for gay rights. People were discriminating against this black person. We support black people. But the genocide in Gaza, we're going to talk about anti-Semitism. That's what we're going to do.
Let anybody push their stuff under the rug. When things come up, we talk about it. So I don't understand, why would you want to come after somebody like that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I was, 16, I was born in Orange County, got, essentially recruited into a modeling agency and kind of part of the industry. And, there was a few different photographers that, did some pretty fucked up shit. And a lot of times it began with jokes,
But that reminds me, reminds you of me?
I think that in general, my personal opinion is that from my experience, jokes can sometimes not be jokes at all.
Just to be clear, we're talking about 15-year-old Reddit account with troll in the title.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know you as a person. This is me, covering situations and just seeing a lot of jokes
You
being
actually
made.
glazed up Hassan pretty hard. I mean, at one point, even way more recently than me, he has videos saying he always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Can sometimes not be jokes at all.
Just to be clear, we're talking about 15-year-old Reddit account with troll in the title.
Yeah. I mean,
and what else is in the title, Ethan?
Again, I don't know you as a person. This is me, covering situations and just seeing a lot of jokes
You
being
actually
made.
glazed up Hassan pretty hard. I mean, at one point, even way more recently than me, he has videos saying he always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut, and he says
It's also fucking ancient, man. This is all ancient shit. If she shouldn't be talking about your Reddit because it's old, you shouldn't be talking about the Hassan video because it's old. Man, they're so fucking lost in the sauce. They can't even... What are the rules of engagement of this battle that you're fighting with Hassan? Can you point... Are old videos off the table or on the table? Because sometimes you say they're off the table. Sometimes you say they're on the table. If Hassan brings up something old that you did, you're like, oh, that's so old. But look at this old thing that Hassan did. Hey, you pick a lane. Pick a lane. Make this easy.
old enough to count, old enough to mount. Hassan said that 6 years after my Reddit account was inactive.
Yeah, and if you said that, I think that's pretty fucked up, you know?
So I expect should I expect a video about how he's a pedophile?
By the way, there's like another hour and a half left. There's another 2 hours left in this conversation. It's 2.5 hours.
Much like the drug thing, like you have a personal experience with a drug addict, you know how serious that stuff is. I don't know why would you want to participate in like wrongfully accusing somebody based on nothing of being a drug addict. Same thing with this. As a victim, why would you want to throw around accusations and make all victims not count? You know how many douchebags there are out there that don't believe victims, right? And they like to say that the victims are lying. Why would you participate in that? Because what you're doing right now is throwing an accusation based on nothing, and you're making everybody else look like a fool.
By the way, I feel like
everything she said about Hila and Ethan being Zionists in her video, whatever good points she made, they've just spent the last 30 minutes talking about whether or not they're pedophiles, and then they spent another 30 minutes earlier, you know, talking about like is Hila's outfit stupid or whatever. Like they're just focusing. She's given them the ability to focus on such like shallow parts of her video, such like just silly parts of the video. Not silly, but like things she shouldn't have even covered to begin with. The head bob. They spent an hour talking about the head bob.
Sacrificed a lot to stand up for victims on the show too.
And we personally lost friends
I think that's
in this
why
industry that accusations came up against them, and you know we're no longer friends with them.
Oh, how okay? Are you like oh no, we're no longer friends with accused pedophiles or accused sex pests. Okay, good for you. That's good. That's good. But like, it's not something you brag about. You know what I mean? And you guys had a lot of sex pest friends. Like, how many of those friends did you guys have as well? Maybe look into that.
I think that's why a lot of people felt a little bit disappointed, you know? Like,
by
you
my
can't say that there were
15-year-old Reddit
people-
account with troll in the title.
Yeah.
Okay.
And pedo. Don't forget. You keep forgetting that there's pedo in the title as well.
I just want to make clear that that's what we're talking about, not something more recent.
Other clips as well.
Do you remember what you were doing 15 years ago?
I was 10 years old.
You were how old?
I was 10 years old, 11 years old.
Oh, well, you were probably...
Ethan was like 27. He was 25. What is he, 40 now?
Playing with kid toys. Pedophile? I'm just kidding. Sorry. That was deeply unprofessional. I apologize.
But yeah, no, I think... what was I going to say? I think, you know, there's other, you know, things that I can say as well that at least, you know, again, you know, yeah, I don't
Do you think Hassan is a pedophile?
You just listen to this.
Unprofessional. I apologize.
But
okay. This 5 seconds.
Yeah, no, I think what was I going to say? I think, you know, there's other, you know, things that I can say as well that at least, you know, again, you know, yeah, I don't.
Oh.
Do you think Hassan is a pedophile? Now that I've told you.
I would have to see more clips and context, but
we can show you the clips. They're very famous. I don't know how you have.
I can show it. Yeah. Hold on.
They said, "Do you think I'm a pedophile?" What?
I would have to. I don't.
Do you think Hassan is a pedophile?
Oh, do you think Hassan is a pedophile? Jesus. Now, got to make this about Hassan somehow.
Now that I've told you.
Out of the blue, let's bring up Hassan.
I would have to see more clips and context, but
we can show you the clips. They're very famous. I don't know how you have.
I can show it. Yeah. Hold on one sec. I'll show you. 1 sec here. Give me a moment. Here.
Out. Come back again.
Now, just as a reminder, this is about 6 years after my Reddit account was expired, right?
And
after it was inactive.
And Miley was around 18 years old.
Well, but Hannah Montana was a girl.
Sure, yeah.
A little girl.
Even worse, yeah.
So he said he uses the character name. Anyway, here it is.
We discussed the.
He's trying to be like he talked about Hannah Montana, a fictional little girl. Again, how long ago was this?
Legendary question of all time. Old enough to count, old enough to mount? Question mark. I want to say thank you to Miley Cyrus for showing off her camel toe at the VMAs the other night. I always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut. Don't even try.
Honestly, Hassan used to be insufferable. Insufferable. This era of Hassan, when he was on early Hassan on TYT, I used to see these fucking clips come up on YouTube. I could not mute them fast enough. It was incredibly obnoxious. He will be the first one to tell you. Hassan was so obnoxious. I literally like actively disliked him. I was like, I like Jenk well enough. He's like kind of cringy. He has the only dude on YouTube with a decent news show or whatever at the time. But I fucking hated his nephew. I'm like, this fucking nephew of his is so fucking obnoxious. It wasn't until he started streaming solo, like a few years into his solo stream, that I started to like Hassan, to be honest with you. But I really used to hate him, even without the joke persona. Just when he used to make his own solo videos or appear on TYT, I thought he used to try really fucking hard. All the rings and all the fucking bracelets he used to wear, just the whole thing. I used to find him really annoying.
Gotta hide it. Look, this is a class.
I mean, is this a pedophile trying to groom people?
I think in general, I mean, I don't fuck with the camel toe jokes. I don't think that's cool.
What about the pedophile jokes?
Yeah, I mean, how old was she at the
Well,
time?
Hannah Montana. I mean,
how old would she have been in the show?
How old was Hannah? She was like 14 in the show.
And the joke is old enough to mount, old enough to count.
Old enough to count.
No, it's not just the parody stuff. I hated his appearances on TYT, like the whole thing. I used to think he was super annoying. And he had other videos, not just the bro, not just the bro stuff. But yeah, it's not comparable to Pedo Troll. I'm not saying, guys. I hate it when, if I say anything to criticize Hassan, people automatically compare it to Ethan in the comments. Guys, I can disconnect the two. Disconnect Ethan and Hassan from your minds, or at least from me. If I'm criticizing Hassan, do not write, but Ethan did this. I don't care what Ethan did. And if I criticize Ethan, don't compare it to Hassan anymore. You have to divorce the two from a point. If I'm criticizing Hassan, don't compare it to what Ethan did to make it seem worse or better. We don't need that in this chat.
Not old enough to mount.
Either way.
Or no, he said he always knew she was a little slut.
Yeah.
About a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
You say jokes aren't just jokes, right? So I mean, Hassan is a grooming pedophile.
Again, that's not cool at all. Again, my main criticism
I don't think he's a pedophile, for the record. I think those were
my main
uncouth
criticism
jokes
of you was
made
the
a while ago.
propensity of jokes that were used. You know, again, my personal experience is that a lot of the people that would end up, you know, sexually assaulting me when I was underage would, you know, continually push those jokes onto me again and again and again and again. And I would write it off, you know, because I think my trauma response is fawn. And so I would continue to write it off and be like, oh, you know, they're just joking. That's all, you know. I guess I wanted to ask, you know, why did you use those jokes? You know,
Sure, you didn't elaborate, Anthony. Many people didn't know that was a persona he was playing. But I didn't like the persona stuff, and I didn't also he was kind of just annoying at the time. Just personal opinion. Again, long time ago. We're talking when I still had a Facebook. I haven't even been on Facebook for years.
What, 15 years
I can
ago?
understand.
15 years ago when I had that Reddit account, I have no trouble admitting that I was extremely slow at maturing. I was very immature, very dumb, very cringe, right? At the time, pedophile jokes were super popular on the internet for some reason. There was like the pedo bear joke, and just in general, people thought it was funny for some reason then. And at the time, these Reddit accounts, there was like these really popular novelty accounts, they would call them, with like a specific name. That
He's explaining Pedo Troll. He's trying to
just in general, people thought it was funny for some reason then.
Oh my God, look, he's explaining away the pedophile jokes.
Admitting that I was extremely slow at maturing. Very immature, very dumb, very cringe, right? At the time, pedophile jokes were super popular on the internet for some reason. There was like the pedo bear joke, and just in general, people thought it was funny.
I don't know about that. When I was in high school, I'm younger than Ethan by like 5 years. When I was in high school, like fucking dead like baby jokes. Like there was like one guy in my high school who walked around and told dead baby jokes all the fucking time. I don't know what it was, but it was this one dude who did it. This one guy. Pedophile jokes were never much of a big thing. You know, like I wasn't around those parts. You know what I mean? But dead baby jokes, this one guy, his name was Chris. I'll just say that. His name was Chris. Not this Chris, folks. But we had a Chris who fucking loved that shit, man. Oh my God. Chris, if you're watching, shout out.
For some reason then. And at the time, these Reddit accounts, there was like these really popular novelty accounts, they would call them, with like a specific name that instructs their comments. So for example, I would write some obscene comment, right? And then you would go, if you go even now in the archive, you'll see people being like, oh, I see your name, very funny. Like comments that I made have like, you know, they have like 60 upvotes and people laughing in the comments. So while I agree that those jokes were gross and immature and inappropriate for any time, you know, jokes that, by the way, I don't make today, right? I admit that they are really gross and immature. But I also think, like, if you look at it, that it's so clear that I'm kidding around and not actually being serious there. And frankly, if you look at that account, like 90% of it is me talking about StarCraft.
Okay.
I love her. Okay, here. That's a pretty good response to that. Him trying to explain away pedophile jokes. She's like, you know what? Okay.
But you know what? A troll is someone who's in.
Dana Ali, good night. Thank you for being here, Dana. And Nogzolotl, just shout out. Being so passionate in the chat. Shout out to Nogzolotl, everyone. W's in the chat for Nogzolotl. Also to SWAT Saw 6, who had some disagreements with me in the chat, but we love a good disagreement, don't we, folks? We love healthy conversations. We love a lively chat. And thank you. By the way, like the live chat. Everyone who's watching the live stream, like the live stream, everyone. Come on. It's 1 a.m. here. It's 1:30 a.m. I'm here in Lebanon. I should be sleeping. I got to wake up at 10. I'm out here watching this fucking shit show of an interview with you guys. So like the live stream at the very least. Let's fucking go. Okay? Now don't tell me good night. We're still going to watch this together. We're not going to watch the whole thing. But like the stream, goddammit. Let's get to 170 likes. Can we do that? Can we get it to 170 likes? Let's go.
Sincere. It's someone who's trying to provoke you to a reaction through being insincere.
I honestly thought that trolls, to be honest, were like a thing of many years ago until the bad empanada incident.
Yeah, you had an unfortunate run-in with one of the greatest cave trolls there is.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't think that was.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just generally speaking, a troll is someone who's insincere, right? And just looking to get a rise out of you by saying whatever. So I mean, that would imply, even in the name, a pedo troll would be someone who's using pedophilia to troll people into getting upset by being insincere. Like
Desiree Portrait says you're still desperate to call H3. She must have seen the poll. I'm not desperate to call H3, Desiree, but watching this conversation with Madison is making me just imagine if I were there, how I think I would have been able to have a more productive conversation. But it's just me being tempted by the darkness. Everyone's reminding me to stand on business, okay? No dropping lawsuits, no conversing with myself. That's what's gonna happen. Even though part of me is kind of tempted to talk to them, because just watching this and how horribly it's going, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, part of me is like, I wish I was there right now. I could have said this, I could have said that, I could have said this, I could have said that. But I know that's wrong.
That's the meaning of the name.
I know I'm wrong.
If the name was like Ethan Klein and just like, hey guys, this is me, Ethan Klein, like, you know, it's made with the clear intention of playing a character, a troll character, right? That's in the name.
I mean, yeah.
By the way, I'm going to update our sub goal. We got 7 extra members today, so I'm going to change number, I believe. Did I do that earlier or no? Yeah, I'm gonna fix that, folks.
Don't stand by those comments though, and people are totally justified to point it out and say it's gross and cringe and stuff, but I don't think that it's fair to say it implies anything other than that, unless you're willing to go on record and say Hassan Piker is a pedophile groomer, which I don't believe he is, for the record.
Sorry. Also, I just keep staring.
He's fucking obsessed, dude. Jesus Christ, Ethan. So we are out of our goal of 320 members, we're at 297. Now, some of this number changes sometimes because a lot of the memberships were gifted. So sometimes like they'll expire. So the number will fluctuate. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow, this might be lower because people that were gifted a membership like a month ago might lose their membership. But we're at 297 right now, very close to our 320 goal for November. We might have to grow the goal. So thank you to all of our members, everyone who gifted today, everyone who joined today. We love you.
Got like this stain on my couch and it's bugging me so much.
What, the white one?
I'm like, I didn't really. The empty one. There's like a tiny stain there that's bugging me.
I love your chair, by the way. It's a beautiful green color.
Thank you.
And the throw blanket behind you is beautiful too.
Thanks. Just didn't really catch that.
I didn't notice, but now I do. Everybody look at her stain.
It's gonna be. I can't get it out of my head now.
Let's see here. There's all kinds of other stuff. I'll just go through it here one at a time.
First son. Teddy is the nickname they have for each other. Following the launch
Oh, wait, sorry. We already looked at this one. My apologies. The FUPA Fund one was the kind of one that I hadn't heard in a while.
helpful. So I was looking into whether the FUPA Fund was still in existence.
Let me go back a little bit
I've
here.
had very helpful friends that have given me advice, but to have something like the FUPA Fund where you could go to and have assistance if you're a small creator, scared and have no idea what to do would be
Are they going to talk about the FUPA Fund now?
extremely helpful. So I was looking into whether the FUPA Fund was still in existence, but the FUPA Fund dissolved and is no longer in use. A big reason for the FUPA Fund's dissolution is that the clients use the FUPA Fund for their own legal fees, as well as several $1,000s out of pocket to fight the legal battle against Matt Haas. While it is often the case that legal fees can add up and become more than you'd ever initially expect, well, the fact that the clients closed the FUPA Fund after spending the money on their own legal fees, instead of keeping it open, maybe replenishing the fund once they're able to so that other creators could have used it, well, that's a little disappointing. This move received criticism from many, like Keemstar, who suggested that the clients—
Look at this. Isn't this a great collaboration, folks? So you got me, you got Ethan, you got Madison. Look at us, all three of us reacting to the video together. You know, just like myself, AB, and Lonerbox will be doing soon on our new podcast, folks. The Lebanese Three. Three Lebanese brothers. What should we call our podcast? Me, AB, and Lonerbox. What do we call it? Should we do a vlog series, a travel vlog series? Me, Lonerbox, and AB showing you around Lebanon. Is that what you would like?
Scammed their audience.
By the way, you know, even Keemstar doesn't believe this now. Like, this is such an ancient accusation. Like, even Keemstar's walked off it. Like, no, it's been like fully debunked.
Into an enemy of Ethan Klein. In the end, Ethan,
so I guess what's disappointing about the fact? So first of all, you know,
three best friends, Anthony, AB, and Lonerbox, just hanging out together. Arms, you know what I mean? If I wasn't so against AI, I would have generated a fake picture of that.
That the money was raised by Phil DeFranco for the express purpose, one singular purpose, right, of paying our legal fees. You know that?
Yeah, L3 is a good name. Honestly, L3 would be the perfect name for that podcast. The L3.
Yeah, I was gonna
Psych, dreadful. Psych. I'm kidding. Emergency, guys. Red alert. I was kidding. There is not a Lonerbox, AB, and Anthony podcast in the works. I promise you. But just imagine one episode. Just one episode. Ugh. So bad. So gloriously bad.
Say, I mean, you can see from, sorry, I'm pointing because this is where my research is, but you can see from the research that I got it from your wiki page.
Yeah, the Lebanese 3 L3. Perfect. The Lebanese 3 L3. We got it. Halas. Branding. Boom. All it took us 5 minutes. Should we come up with a song? Loner is from Scotland. AB is like Irish. AB is from Ireland. Anthony's the only real Lebanese man. Yep. I'm kidding. Who am I to question anyone's left? I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. I'm half Assyrian. I'm the prince of Assyria. You know, so we can add that. He's the prince of Assyria, but there is no Assyria.
Right.
Well,
like
I don't care where you got it. I'll tell you what's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, because, you know, there's a lot of, you know, oh, it's all from Snark or whatnot, but I was grabbing that from your wiki page. I do agree.
Is Lonerbox live right now? Is he actually live? Someone should ask him in the live chat if he would host a podcast with myself and AB.
Again, like I said, I should find 2 or 3 sources. Again,
Well,
that's sort of my principal rule now.
What's disappointing about what happened?
Yeah, so from the clips that I had seen from your YouTube page and everything, it seemed like you know, it was kind of sold as this sort of promise to not promise. Again, I don't want to misspeak.
We're gonna skip the FUPA Fund stuff. This is like ages ago, but like, yeah, she shouldn't. The FUPA Fund was stupid. I don't remember what she said about it. Let's skip.
If I could speak to how I meant to say it, you know,
Yeah.
so I went to, you know, I was speaking to, as a creator, these were my experiences getting started. You know, I was excited to hear about the FUPA Fund because that sounds like a great resource for creators who are getting into, you know, content creation. Then, you know, looking into your wiki, you know, what it says there, it says that literally, it says all of that information practically verbatim.
Well, the information's correct. It's the extract.
You think
you should not talk to him?
You think he did it against his will? The podcast?
The criticism from Gokunaru is that I was too mean to him.
Yeah, again, that's not my criticism.
Right, but you used that clip. Let me watch it. Sorry, I don't remember what it says exactly.
JonTron, a platform to defend himself.
It happened. How long ago was that now?
I don't keep track. 9 months.
Kate says all the good stuff happens near the end. Do you have like an approximate time code? Die Destroyer 12 says Anthony's acting too cocky. He should go to the podcast and see how he crumbled under pressure in a situation which lasts for hours. Oh, most likely. Oh, definitely. I'm out here and I'll be like, I'll handle this great, and I would probably be nervous as fuck when I'm there. To be fair, but I would still be better than her. Like, to be fair, I'm trying to be nice and I'm trying to not give myself that much credit. I gotta be humble. I'm a nervous wreck as well. I struggle with anxiety and stuff. But like, I would know how to make a fucking argument. You know what I mean? Like, she is extra bad. I'm not trying to be mean, but like, she doesn't know anything about Israel-Palestine. She doesn't know anything about the H3 podcast, and it's like she didn't even do her own research for this video. It's like my team chose this video. My researcher chose this. So it's like she's got nothing to say about anything. She's got nothing to say on the genocide. She's got nothing to say about H3, and she's got none of her own opinions, at least. So while, yes, I would be a nervous wreck, and Bat Pierogi just gifted another Do Not Worry membership. Thank you so much, Bat Pierogi. I would be a nervous wreck. Granted, I would still be better than this. Give me some fucking credit, guys. Give me some fucking credit over here, okay? Holy fuck.
Ethan continued to say things that seemed intentional to sort of garner a reaction.
Drax says I'd be too nice. I would be too nice. I would probably be too nice. And part of me would still kind of be not starstruck, but like, holy shit, it's the dude I've been watching for years, and it's the guy we've been covering for 2 years. So it's going to be very fucking weird speaking with him. It's going to take me a moment to get over that. You know what I mean? So I was a huge fan for many years. There's going to be I'm speaking like it's going to happen. There would be, if I was on there instead of her, there would be an adjustment period to the conversation for sure.
Within JonTron.
I don't really want to get into this. It's a mind.
I'd be way fucking better. Come on. Like, I would be nervous. Diet Destroyer for sure. There's so much to counter Anthony for Ila's voice, the house slave stuff, the support for militant groups. They would not talk about the topics he wants to. I can explain all that stuff. I mean, look, the voice isn't good fun, man. They call me Millhouse. So I do the voice. They call me Millhouse. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the house slave stuff, I've actually apologized for the house slave stuff. I have no problem apologizing for that. And I've already apologized for it in the past. Weirdly enough. So that's the one thing I have no problem apologizing for, is the house slave stuff. Everything else, I'm not going to apologize for. If they're going to make me condemn Hamas, I'm literally going to be like, imagine they make, it's like, it's the equivalent of being on Piers Morgan. Do you condemn Hamas? Might as well be on fucking, you know, where's Pierce? Is he hiding somewhere?
Of sorts. I'm not going to go back and nitpick everything.
245. Let's do that. We're going to skip to 245, folks. Boom. Thank you for the time code, Kate.
Do we have that one?
mean,
Like Kamala.
That's
So,
not really
no,
a fair
to be
edit.
to be completely and totally honest, there was multiple pages and sources that have shown
Sure.
that clip.
Yeah, I believe that, actually.
Multiple sources. You know, and that's where it's hard. Again, going to the original source. You know, because
Do you
I
see
saw
how many videos this person's made about me? Does this look healthy? Honestly, if you're sourcing from them, I'm concerned. Like literally, can you
So
see
again,
all these?
Specifically,
Oh,
that video that you saved and included in your video, just like scroll through the comments. All the comments are about how Ethan is a drug addict. And specifically that zoom on the tattoos, there are comments about it. Is that from scratches? Is that from injections of drugs? Like, that is in the comments. So it's interesting to me that you chose to...
I mean, guys, the tattoo is if someone sees that tattoo for the first time with no context, it looks like fucking weird, okay? Some people might think it looks like cuts or something. It looks weird as shit. Who's gonna assume it's crayons? It's Ethan's kids who drew on his legs using crayons, and then they tattooed. You know, they did a tattoo to match the crayon. No one's gonna assume that.
Save that video and include it.
Oh, this one they're calling Ela a Nazi for getting a Star of David tattoo. Watch this
Everything
one.
that's been going on and what I'm going through, I almost feel like I want to do it the most in-your-face possible way that I can, and I feel like I kind of want to tattoo a blue Star of David on my hand.
Blue. Have you showed this on the show that you got the Star of David
Not
tattoo?
yet. Today's my first time. The comments were very interesting. We got lots
To be
of mixed
100%
reviews.
fair,
Mixed reviews meaning like
you guys have called me a Nazi.
So what?
To be 100% fair, you guys have called me a Nazi.
Well, we can get into that if you want to. We can definitely get into it. And I mean, one of the reasons that I called you that is something you edited out of the video, which was you said that I was.
But to
you said I was
you
said I was imparted at birth with Israeli ideals and indoctrinated at birth as an American Jew, that's fucking insane. That's like super offensive, deeply anti-Semitic. So obviously, are you a Nazi? No. But like my point was that was an extraordinarily anti-Semitic view to hold. Something that's very popular amongst Nazis.
What did she say? Wait, no. Okay, maybe that is. I don't know if it's anti-Semitic, but like, yeah, people that are born in Israel are programmed from birth to hate Palestinians and to love Israel and to love the IDF, all that sort of thing. The vast majority, unless you're born like the most extreme leftists who live in Israel, one of the 12 people that are down protest to end the genocide, that they're protesting to end the genocide in Gaza, then you're not going to be born within the propaganda, but like your school, wherever you go in Israel, if you're born in Israel, yeah, you are pre-programmed. If she's saying that about like an American Jewish guy living in the States, yeah, that's kind of that could be a stretch. There are some who I'm sure are born and are like, you know, you need to love Israel. You need to love Israel. It's the land of Jews. We're going to go to Israel as soon as we can. You need to go on birthright, all that sort of thing. I'm sure some people that could apply to them.
Neo-Nazis, American neo-Nazis, etc.
Which I would love to have a conversation about that. As far as this page goes, I think that you know, again, going back to my point of wanting to cover what is the internet saying, you know, but I do think, again,
the poll has 243 votes. 65% vote no, I should not call H3 without the lawsuit stipulation, and 35% say yes, I should. I'm not gonna lie, the 35% is higher than I thought it would be.
Because you know, funny enough, my neighbor is a journalist, and
so whoever's voting yes, I should call, has never made themselves known in the chat. All I see in the chat are people saying no, don't call. But when I put up the poll, more people vote yes than I ever expect. So that is interesting. That's an interesting point and observation that I'm making right now. People are never tell me to call in the chat. No one's willing to tell me to call, but when it's anonymous and they can vote, they're voting for me to call.
And a writer, and we're talking about this, and essentially how online forums, you know, you should stay away from in general, if you want to sort of have, you know, good coverage. So yeah, I think that was a really positive, you know, conversation sort of about this. I do think that again, it's hard when it comes to covering internet situations though, because you can't, you know, she was kind of talking about as a journalist how often she goes directly to a source. How does that translate online?
I mean, you didn't reach out to me one
we
time.
have hours and hours and hours of footage every week. Like,
yeah, but also you didn't reach out to me when you were
all the sources are on the internet, and as well as, for example, the Trisha fallout, it was all documented. Like, pretty much all the stuff you're talking about are stuff that are online available.
But also,
oh, Bad Pierogi saying, do it. Shit. Drawing a line in the sand there, Bad Pierogi.
You didn't reach out to me once during the making of the video.
Again, so as I'm moving forward, but I mean, let's talk about the likelihood of like how likely would you have responded. In the past, I've sort of written it off as like people are not going to respond if I reach out to them for comment.
So you don't try? I mean, it sounds like when you started talking. It sounds like when you started talking about it.
Jess says would grow the channel. I actually don't think it would grow the channel. It would actually it would not grow. It would actually maybe even hurt the channel because okay, if I call onto H3, none of H3's fans are gonna switch and start watching me. That's never going to happen. No H3 fan is going to subscribe to my channel if I talk to Ethan and Hila. What's going to happen is fans of my channel are going to unsubscribe because I talk to Ethan and Hila, and they're going to think that because I went on their show, I'm capitulating to them, I am condoning what they're saying, etc. So I genuinely, I shit you not, if I get on the H3 podcast, I literally said that Hassan doesn't abuse his dog, but that he was holding a shock collar, and I lost 500 subscribers. Just for saying that Hassan does not abuse his dog, but for saying that like he fucked up the reveal and the collar he was holding looked like a shock collar with the prongs taken off and with tape. Just saying that cost me 500 subs. Imagine me going on the H3 podcast. What do you think is going to happen then? So I would actually not get any subscribers from that, believe it or not.
That you're doing a video about us, some of our fans were also your fans, and they even made a post about it, so it's very much doable actually.
I do think
the word got around. The word got around to our subreddit, which we do check regularly.
I mean, I understand your point though. I think a lot of creators probably either wouldn't see it or wouldn't respond. So understand what you're. I understand, like in general.
To be honest, though, that is something that I could have done is reached out to someone for an opinion piece, you know, one-on-one messaging, that kind of thing. You know, that being said, as far as you know, online opinion pieces, online sort of, you know, edits that are sort of, you know, very clearly, you know, opinion based or that kind of thing. I should base my you know, if I want to include that, in the first place. I should sort of base my research all on original sourcing and then sort of go through and add, okay, this person, this online comment feels this way, you know, include that. This person feels this way, include that. That's sort of my conclusion from the matter. You know, I think that that's kind of, but that was my intention with that, showing, you know, online commentary and online clips. A lot of times when I included this person, it's not like, this is what happened.
No, if I do go, I am going to stand on business. There are going to be things that I'm going to be unshakable on. You know what I mean? Even if the conversation has to end short, even if they're like, come in and talk for 2 hours, it might end after 30 minutes. There are things that, guys, they're Zionists. Like, you think I'm going to leave there being like, you know what, Ethan and Ela, you've convinced me that you're not Zionists. As long as they believe, okay, so when they say that Palestinians, if Palestinians outnumber Jewish people in Israel, that means they're going to kill all the Jews. That means that's why Israel needs to remain a Jewish majority state, correct? And then they say that it's not an apartheid. Well, how do they maintain a Jewish majority in Israel? Don't they have a set of laws? Like, for example, Palestinians that leave are almost never allowed to come back. My auntie Salwa, who passed away a few years ago, R.I.P. Tante Salwa, had left Palestine many years ago. She came to visit family in Lebanon. She was never allowed to go back to Palestine. She was never able to go back to her home. They took her land when she left. She wasn't able to go back. She had to live in Lebanon. She met her husband. She had a family here, and she, you know, became part of our family. When a country has laws and things in place to make sure that the Palestinians will never outnumber the Jews, and when it's explicitly said, how is that not an apartheid state? And how is that not, and supporting that and believing in that, how is that not Zionism? It's literally like saying, it's literally the same thing as Americans being like, you know what? If African Americans, if Black Americans outnumber white Americans in America, they're going to kill us all. They're going to eat us alive. So we're going to put a set of laws and rules in place to make sure that no matter what, Black people cannot outnumber white people. As soon as you do that, what kind of country do you think you're living in? What kind of country do you think you're living in? If you think that Black people outnumbering white people means the automatic death and destruction of white people, and that means you start setting laws that, like, if a Black person leaves the States but tries to come back, you can take their home, and if you take their home, they're not allowed to come back in, and they're not allowed to travel from this town to this city. Like, that's literally what they're trying to fucking defend.
I mean, at least that's what I hope it was. I mean, I can look through and do a, you know, 100% review, but it's like, okay, this is the commentary happening online, so, you know.
I want to finish this because this one, I just want to finish this video, this one here, with the Star David tattoos.
Jessica Klein reposted comparing a keffiyeh to a swastika.
Everyone's saying Ethan fears Mike from PA. Yo, Mike, friend of the show, Mike, folks. You know we love Mike here.
I mean, clearly people were very supportive because it had a lot of likes and it did well in the subreddit.
I'd love to take Chris. If I'm allowed, if it's me and Chris brings the Palestine knowledge, I bring the H3 lore knowledge. Me and Chris together, folks, unbeatable combination. Let me just say that. If it's me and Chris Kunzler, tag teaming, Chris, you come in, Anthony, you come in. Anthony, come in and back me up there. I don't know this about the law. I'll joke, that's a horrible Chris Kunzler impression. But damn.
I don't know what my sister retweeted.
Guys, stop telling. Guys, I'm not going on. I'm not emailing them. The invitation might have even expired. I might look like an idiot and email them like, hey guys, I'll come on. And they'll be like, hey, it's expired. Not that I'm sure that they would enjoy the views, but I'm not telling you guys. I'm not going right now. If I were to go, I will announce it to you guys first.
I find it weird that they're including what my sister does on social media.
To see people are encouraging, like, you know, not backing down and embracing your identity.
Yeah.
Someone now got a worse tattoo than Ethan. I mean, that's kind of funny.
Oh, the fact that he had to look at that's got to...
Yeah, it's also racist,
can I ask something?
I just want to finish the clip.
Could have gotten the tattoo at any time, but chose to. Yeah, of course. Of course, you get a tattoo when you feel like you want to express pride in your heritage. Now's the best time to do it. I would absolutely do it too.
The fuck is this?
I don't even.
Branded satellite shows Star David carved into Gaza.
Kind of a different way to do it.
I mean,
they're never going to let me go with Chris Kunzler. They're never going to let me go with Chris Kunzler. They're not going to let Chris Kunzler anywhere near their podcast. Don't. At least with me, they think like this guy's an idiot, and I am kind of an idiot. So they can make me look stupid. There is a chance that I can come out of there looking really bad and stupid. There is zero chance they can make Chris Kunzler look bad or stupid on their show. That is why they will never have him on. I'm a risk. I'll be honest. I'm a risk. I can get emotional. I can get baited. I'm Lebanese, so like I'm extra sensitive to Israel and to what they do. They're gonna show clips of me celebrating Israelis running for their lives. It is gonna be a shit show, but it's gonna be better than this. I can guarantee you that. Better than whatever the fuck this is.
It's none of your
What's that have to do with
your business when I want to do a tattoo of my heritage. How is that anything that you should even have an opinion on? Yeah, I'm changed after October 7th. That was a really traumatic moment for all of us Jewish people.
Congrats on the tattoo. I love it.
Thank you.
Ooh, Shisha87 sends $2 and says, make Ethan come on your pod. You know what? We should, shouldn't we? Should I invite Ethan onto my podcast? I set the rules.
Now, if you go to the comments, I miss when Hila didn't talk. Racist, lol. I'm so embarrassed I ever watched them. Being Jewish is not a race. That's, by the way, not true. And also, another Nazi talking point. The line's not being straight. I mean, whatever. It was hand-drawn. Everything she goes through equals Vanilla Mace not liking her fashion brand. Hila Klein, please tell us what the blue signifies. The star, it signifies the color that the Star of David is, like in art, traditionally since like thousands of years.
Okay, so why is that? Again, we've talked about this before. Why is getting a blue Star of David tattoo during a genocide problematic? Let's use my country of Lebanon as an example. Let's say our neighboring country, Syria, attacked Lebanon yesterday. Okay, Syria attacked Lebanon. They killed 500 people in Lebanon yesterday. Okay. The following day, Lebanon announces an all-out assault on Syria. And over the next year and a half, we proceed to we don't have the ability or the weaponry or the military or the capability to do that to Syria. I'm just giving out an example. Over the next year and a half, Lebanon proceeds to commit a genocide in Syria. We are killing women and children left and right, fucking them up for what they did to us, and they killed those 500 people here in Lebanon. We spend a year and a half fucking committing the worst kind of genocide. Well, and imagine, during that year and a half, I decide to get a tattoo of the Lebanese flag on my arm to represent pride in my country. Wouldn't it be kind of weird and fucked up to get a tattoo of a country that is committing a horrible fucking crime? Wouldn't it be horrible fucking timing to get a tattoo representing Lebanon, my country, while my country commits probably the worst act it has ever committed in its history? While my country is acting in a way that makes me ashamed of saying that, like, yo, I'm Lebanese, when I see what Lebanese people are doing now. People might say, but it's a Star of David. It has nothing to do with the Israeli flag. The fact that that Star of David is blue, the fact that that Star of David has the blue shade of the Israeli flag means it is a symbol of being Israeli. It is not a symbol of being Jewish. As far as I know, Hila is barely religious. They're not that much of that religious of a family. It's like me getting a cross. I'm not religious. I would never get a cross tattoo. Hila getting a blue Star of David following the October the 7th attacks is the equivalent of getting the tattoo of the Israeli flag. Getting it while your country commits a horrific fucking genocide is tone deaf. It is irresponsible, and it sends a really fucked up message. So it's just her heritage. She's just getting it to show that she's a proud Jewish person. Oh, you're getting it the exact same shade of blue as the Israeli flag, the Israeli country that has been committing a genocide for the past 2 fucking years? No, I'm sorry. You cannot excuse that away. So I wish Madison said something like that, for example.
A pentagram would have been more fitting. A pentagram. That's like, you know, the Star of David is like the cross for Jews, right? It's the same type of thing. This person said she should have got a pentagram instead of the Star of David. And then you went on to write on this person's account that you support them and you source them and you're a fan of their work. Do you disavow content crash out?
I mean, again, I don't agree with that particular video.
Our first ever.
You know,
but even someone who's capable of making such a video is clearly deeply unwell. Like, to accuse a Jewish person of doing something wrong by getting a Star of David tattoo is just a symptom of someone who's deeply, deeply, deeply unwell. So I mean, this is not a good person, right? Like, you know, like, can you admit that?
I mean, look, okay, granted, someone with a TikTok account where all of the TikToks are just shitting on Ethan, it is that person needs to do something else with their time. I get that, okay? Like, sure.
Making such a video is clearly deeply unwell. Like, to accuse a Jewish person of doing something wrong by getting a Star David tattoo is just a symptom of someone who's deeply, deeply, deeply unwell. So I mean, this is not a good person.
But no, the Star of David tattoo, it is so open for criticism. Getting it when she got it, like, it is such bad timing. It is such bad timing. It's like if the U.S. is committing a fucking genocide in Mexico, you're genociding Mexicans, and someone decides to get an American flag right when it's happening. That is what it means, my man. Okay. If my country was doing something shameful, and if I genuinely believed, just like you constantly say that the genocide is bad, and we say that the genocide is bad, if you genuinely believe that, how can you defend getting a symbol etched onto your body forever that represents the country that is committing this fucking heinous act? I don't understand that. Literally. You can draw any other parallel example and make it make sense.
Right? Like, I just, like, can you admit that?
I think that in general, I am still learning a lot about anti-Semitism. I've learned a lot within the past few days. Speaking on the topic, I feel widely uncomfortable. I am learning a lot about it.
This person is anti-Semitic.
Joe, these analogies are awful, dude. In what way? I'm talking. It's a blue Star of David. How are they bad analogies? You got a Star of David for her being Jewish. Okay, but why is it blue? Why is it the blue tone of the Israeli flag? Joe Schmo. Why do you think Israel used the blue color? It existed first.
Take it from me as a Jewish person.
Even this statement alone is so incredibly frustrating, considering you just made an hours-long video about Ethan and I. We talk about anti-Semitism so much.
It's the reason why.
It's the reason why all of this is happening.
Can I offer?
So is the Star of David meant to be blue? Let's look that up. Why is the Star of David blue? Star of David is a widely acknowledged symbol of the Jewish people. In Judaism, the color blue symbolizes God's glory, purity, and Gevurah. Okay, so what the color blue represents that, but is the Star of David supposed to be blue? What color should the Star of David be? Okay, it's only blue on the Star of on the Israeli flag. Star of David, Wikipedia. Colored Star of David, as depicted on the flag of Israel. Star of David, shield, generally identity, shape of a hexagram, the compound. Color. Yep, I'm seeing people are saying it's gold. It doesn't need to be blue. It does not need to be blue. Okay, blue is a very conscious choice, Joe Schmo. I'm gonna assume you're asking that question in good faith, and you're not here to troll. We've answered your concerns.
So I did write a little bit of something just because I feel like I don't want to misspeak or anything on this sort of subject. At least this is coming from my perspective. Sorry, I keep bumping the mic. At least for me, the biggest lesson I learned from all of this is sorry, I'm gonna kind of read a little bit because I don't want to misspeak at all.
Yeah.
So if I care about advocating for anyone, whether
you got settler friends.
Whether it's someone is facing Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, transphobia.
Hey guys, for Joe to comment in the live chat, that means he subscribed to the channel. So Joe Schmo, thank you for subscribing to the channel. That's great.
Homophobia, anything at all. It's to extensively read up on the current state of affairs and what they're currently facing.
Whatever you do, Joe, don't unsubscribe. I'll say whatever you want to hear. What do you want me to say? That I'm anti-Semitic? Sure, you got it, bro. Joe Schmo, folks. W's in the chat for Joe Schmo. I want W's in the chat for Joe Schmo for him to feel welcome in this chat, folks. Let's go.
It's, not just using a blanket term like stop Islamophobia, don't be anti-Semitic, but so that I can like offer in detail understanding of what an individual is currently facing and how that may translate in various ways. I think that in general, as a content creator, I wanted to, I mean, to be completely honest, it's a really intimidating topic to jump into for obvious reasons, all of this. And especially, I mean, as we can see with
Hey, Joe's even putting W's for himself. You see, Joe, this is a fun community. We're hanging out. We're hanging out. We're having a good time here. Okay, it's 2 a.m. Holy fuck, it's 2 a.m. here in Lebanon. 2 a.m. Can you guys give me a 30-second pee break? Maki, you're still here? Such a loyal cat. Also, just thought 100%. If I were to call in, like AB would have like Ethan would be like, AB, I know you've had things you wanted to say to Millhouse for a while, so we're gonna give you the floor, and AB's gonna go on like a 10-minute rant, asking me to apologize for insulting him, for insulting his wife, etc. This and that. You need to apologize for this and that. It's gonna be AB's chance for revenge. Put his foot down. Everything he didn't tell Ethan throughout these 2 years, he's gonna say it to me. Everything he's been holding up deep inside about Ethan ruining his life and being a Zionist, he's going to find a way to turn it all and let it all out on me. And then they'll be like, hey, B, I'm so proud you got to finally let it all out on Millhouse. Fucking psycho. So there's going to be like 10 minutes. You need to apologize for the clip of the Israelis running. You need to apologize for what you said about AB. You need to apologize for what you said about Galia. You need to apologize for what you said about this. It's going to be like, holy shit. I know what you guys are thinking. I know. I'm thinking it with you.
Everything that happened after releasing the video and just not being versed in it, not having a cultural background or understanding, not being Palestinian and not being someone who's, extensively versed, but wanting very, very deeply to advocate for Palestinians and everything that they're going through, You guys know I have, is anyone in my chat Jewish? Is anyone in chat Jewish right now? Joe Schmo, are you Jewish? I know a full Jewish prayer. There was a French movie that I used to watch when I was a kid. It was called Rabbi Jacob. It's a French movie, Rabbi Jacob. It's starring Louis de Funès. He's a legendary Lebanese French comedian, comic actor. He passed away many years ago. It was a movie called Rabbi Jacob where it's a racist man. He's like anti-Semitic. I think his daughter wanted to marry like an Arab guy, and like he's super racist against Arabs, against Jewish people, etc., etc., etc. Then at some point in the movie, he's like running away from some people, and he ends up disguising himself as a rabbi. He pretends to be a rabbi, and then starts to learn throughout the movie that, oh, Jewish people aren't bad, Arabs aren't bad, black people aren't bad. I shouldn't be a racist, etc. No, but I'm Polish. Kelsey, are you Jewish? I just want to recite the Jewish prayer and let me know. And someone let me know if it's accurate, if it's like actually a prayer that like Jewish people use. No Jews in the chat? Cass says, I used to celebrate Hanukkah with my mom, but I don't think that counts. Shalom, Jewish friends. So no one's Jewish in chat. Joe's not Jewish. Come on, Joe. So Kelsey, are you Jewish? Well, if anyone is Jewish, let me know and I will recite the Jewish prayer for you. I feel like there's many ways that.
Oh, Kel says I will. Lecha dodi dikra at kala, v'nei Shabbat neka abela. Lecha dodi dikra at kala, v'nei Shabbat neka abela. Is that a real prayer? Let me know.
I misstep along the way.
And I hope I didn't fuck it up, or like, you know, if it's no offense to any Jewish person hearing this prayer. It was in a movie. I memorized it as a kid. I watched that movie over and over again. That I memorized the prayer.
But I think that being able to do that, you know, really, okay, I want to advocate for these people. What are they currently facing today? How can I, you know, really offer in-depth dialogue to that, so that that can kind of combine research and empathy, you know? I know Dan spoke about how I misuse empathy, or sort of, you know, use that as a blanket term. And I think that's maybe one of the ways that I can do that better, you know? Instead of just being like, at the beginning of the
I don't think anyone recognizes, no one's mentioning that prayer. I'm kind of zoned out on what she's saying.
Video, you know, any anti-Semitism will not be tolerated, and you know, speaking about Islamophobia, but not like very, very much in-depth understanding how that's translating in modern day currently. So I think that when all of this happened and I made my follow-up video, I was feeling very hurt and confused by, you know, essentially being thrown the label of being anti-Semitic. I think that you know, of course I can't.
Anthony Ben Savingo says you just sang Lecha Dodi. It's sung during Shabbat services. Damn, that's pretty cool. So Kelsey, it was a parody. Was the movie not? The movie's a comedy, but like I thought the prayer was real. Diet Destroyer says I think you should go on the podcast, but prepare yourself for all possibilities. I'm gonna prepare myself for losing 5,000 subscribers. That's what I'm gonna prepare myself for. Always Robert says go to bed, man. Saeed says Anthony, do a religion poll. Do a religion poll. What kind of religion? What poll would you like, Saeed?
You know, a lot of that's coming from my own ignorance and my own lack of depth and knowledge, and you know, not being a Jewish individual. You know, not growing up in that. I grew up with no religion, no religious background. My dad was raised Jehovah's Witness. My mom was raised strict Catholic, and they both kind of decided to raise me without any religion. You know, I've heard a lot of horror stories from my dad about his particular family and his particular.
Okay, I'm gonna end. So the poll. With 284 votes, 63% vote no, 37% vote yes. I'm going to end the poll and I'm going to start another poll just to find out what your religions are. What's your religion? Getting to know my audience. What's your religion? Start with, I think the majority of you guys are atheists. /agnostic. We're not gonna go into detail, okay? Just Christian, Muslim. I'm not. Don't tell me Sunni, Shia. Christian, Muslim. Christian, Muslim. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna. I'm gonna put Jewish second, so that we don't get accused of anti-Semitism for putting Jewish at the bottom. I'm gonna put Christian at the bottom. As a Christian myself, I'm gonna put Muslim up here. Start poll. Start voting, guys. You religious bastards. I wrote atheist wrong. Sorry, guys. I just noticed. 67%. Got 10% Jewish, 5% God damn. I got more Jews watching than Christians. That's funny. That's awesome. Let's go. Lecha Dodi, boys. Bringing
in Jehovah's Witness, and so from that, you know, I also have.
Yeah, sorry, Buddhists, no representation here.
Of my own preconceived notions of, you know, just a lot of religions in general, which may not be fairly placed all the time. But yeah, I don't want to speak for others, but I think that there's a lot of people that do want to criticize the Israeli government and their actions, but feel lost on how to.
Did I miss out? What did I miss out on? Like Buddhism? I got Buddhists in here. That's awesome. Assyrian is not a religion, Trez. Come on. What was I missing, guys? Buddhism? Tell me. I'll add it next time for sure. I don't want to leave anyone out. I thought I had most people in here. Excuse me for the Buddhism, guys. We love our Buddhist brothers and sisters. Didn't even think of that.
Do so without being labeled anti-Semitic.
That statement.
Also, Hindu. Might have some Hindus in here.
On itself You said that about me.
And about,
in fact,
am
I have the
the
clip
Israeli
because
government?
I had a real issue with
Yeah.
that statement.
I mean,
And
is it okay if I finish really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I know it's kind of
No,
long.
you're good. You're good. I didn't realize you were. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, you know, there were a lot of people that there's some really kind people who sent me messages educating me on either side and things.
Okay, let's watch the last few minutes, because then I got to go to bed. My ass got to go to bed.
Ensure that it was, perfectly polished, that was, in general irresponsible. I think I wanted to feel this sense of authenticity, but again, a lot of my, ignorance showed through in that. But I think, and then from that, I was like, oh, I need to do a stream to clarify this and to show where I agree and all of that. And then, things get worse from there. And so it's like, I guess that's a struggle in general when it comes to content creations. When, some of this happens, do you, sorry, I have the hiccups now. Do you respond? Do you let it lie? How do you, to what level do you, because I think that, going down endless rabbit holes, it's like you can't find your way back up sometimes. And that was my kind of perspective on that. And again, I'm sorry if I didn't clarify it fully or it didn't come through. I think that also, when it comes to making content, I have to have that mind of like the people that are the subject of the videos are they will likely, maybe not, but likely, I just kind of assume they're probably not going to watch the video, but I need to assume that they might watch it.
They'll watch it.
They'll probably
You should
watch
assume
it,
they'll watch
actually.
it. Yeah.
They'll
Okay.
probably watch it.
I think I still have in my mind that I'm just
But
like
even if they don't,
small
people,
content creator.
it still matters because people
Mhm.
are watching it in this ecosystem.
She has like over 500,000 subscribers. She's not that small. Come on, girl. You're pretty successful. Give yourself some credit.
Shit that you say, people are going to believe. I saw a lot of people being like, you're a trusted source for them, and whatever you put in your videos, they believe. So, like, it doesn't really even matter if I watched it or not, right? Because if there is, anyway, listen, there's two things I want to hit on before we go. One, about the skulls in CPS. These are factually backed up. In our public filing right now of the lawsuit, you can see it's public filing. The conversation we had with the skull company and the report from CPS saying that the call was unfounded. These are all.
Look, anyways. We've watched enough. It was a bad conversation. Honestly, I was engaging more with the live chat at the end than like listening to this. It was incoherent. It was incoherent. She was unprepared for this. I don't think her showing up on H3 does her any favors. I don't see how she's going to benefit from this because the H3 fans are not fucking with her. Like, let's go through some of the comments. I don't know what I'm fully talking about here. End it here, girl. Are you implying that I do drugs? You know, my family member is a meth addict and he is a functional drug addict. You would never assume he does drugs. But are you implying that I do drugs? You know, I went to therapy because of the family member. Ethan, why did you make fun of my tattoo? Her being a military wife is hard. So people are just not fucking with the responses. Ethan and Hila have the patience that only comes from raising 3 boys. Ethan asks a question about the content that she literally posted on her own channel. Madison, so we moved to LA. My father gets a job at the Palm Restaurant. My uncle Junior works there, who's a Jehovah's Witness. Believe it or not, he went to from Catholic school to Jehovah. So basically, my grandmother wanted. So, you know, she just always changes the story. I'm very passionate about ethical content creation. I don't know. My editors did it. I don't want to talk about anyone else's page. Girl, you made a 3-hour video talking about Ethan's page. Gives me real mean girl energy. The way she had to hold back laughing when Hila asked her what was wrong with the pictures of her outfits took me right back to high school. For real. So the H3 fans, so if this was supposed to appease and calm down the H3 fans, that is not happening. And oh, I don't know. I think she just needs to spend a bit of time offline. You know, and then when she makes her second video, people are she might still get some lingering H3 fans like, hey, is this some more shitty research like last time? And then a couple of videos in, people are going to forget. She's going to move back on. The vast majority of her main audience that watches her usual videos probably knows nothing about the Ethan, San, the whole fucking drama. You know what I mean? This is outside of her niche, most likely. When she goes back to making her regular videos, it should all go back to normal, okay? She's not going to get sued. She's made nice with Ethan and Hila. I think she just needs to stop talking about Ethan and Hila for the rest of her life. That's it. Eventually, the H3 harassment will end. And whoever was harassing her from like the left, who's like, hey, you should call it a genocide, that should probably end right. Just leave her alone. Everybody leave her alone, man. Okay? Just leave her alone. And with all that said, folks, it is 2:15 a.m. How long have we been live streaming? 3.5 hours. Holy shit. I think that's enough time. What do you guys think? It's enough time. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. Tomorrow, there will be a stream during the day in the afternoon for members. So members of this channel, all new 8 members today, and all of our other 290 something members. Tomorrow we're gonna do a members stream. It's gonna be chill. I got no fucking topics prepared. I got nothing prepared. We'll just do an AMA. Whatever you want to fucking ask me, ask me. The video will be uploaded onto Patreon the following day once it's done processing. So patrons, you will get access to the video. So members, whatever you want to ask me about tomorrow, let's fucking do it. We'll talk about all the spicy shit that I don't want to talk about on main, on the stream. We'll fucking talk about it tomorrow. Us members, it's gonna be earlier than the streams that I normally do, so it's gonna be like maybe it'll start at like 6 or 7 p.m. my time, which is like earlier than what we did today. Because I want to try to do like a gaming stream tomorrow night, or maybe another stream on this channel. All I know for sure is tomorrow, members stream for all members. And then I'm going to do a second stream at night, either on this channel or on the gaming channel. I'll figure that out tomorrow. To everybody who was here today, let me thank some of our members. Let me name you. Let me use your names, y'alls. Okay? It's already late. Fuck it. Let's read off some members' names. Now, this thing doesn't update. It still says 272 members, but I know I have more than that now. We got the 8 today and the 20 like yesterday. Let me thank some lovely members. Molly Harrington, Presley Peggy, Speed Seeker Moto, Gray Doiron, Safety, now Narwhal by Nature. Let's scroll down a little bit to get some of the bottom ones. How about Carmen Mirab? But we said Carmen Mirab earlier. Andres Serna, Kavita. How about Shisha87, RJ Lopez, Patan Rogue, Angie. Thank you to our lovely members. I will see you tomorrow on the stream. Also, let me thank some of our fucking patrons. Let me thank some of our patrons. Yip McYip, Burp Reynolds, Kara, Jennifer Sage, Fab, Bilal Mughrabi, Maryam Ayad, Linda, Samir Ansari, Capri Sun Pappy, Caspian C, Rosarium, Bonnie Buns, Bader, Jordan M, Preston Kroll, Muhammad Mroueh, Elias Salibi, and got to your patrons, Eliad Mujabir and Daniel Nekhle. Have a good night, everyone. Maki, you want to say good night? Let me show you guys Maki real quick. Let me go say good night with Maki. I've got a functioning microphone here, folks. Let's give you guys a little bit of Maki. Going a bit. Oh, it's all wet because he's been drooling. You've been drooling? He's not. That motherfucker doesn't even drool. He's like, it's like a waterfall. What's all that? Where's all that drool coming from, Makuki? Where are you getting all that drooly from? Where are you getting all that drooly from? Where are you getting all the drool from? Little baby. Look at his little pink nose. Look at his little pink nose. Little tiny little pink nose. Eesh. Always, this leg goes up when he gets annoyed. Starts to use this leg to push your arm away. He loves getting pet on the tummy. Most cats hate the tummy. This guy likes to be stroked like that. Just grab the whole body, go like up and down. He loves that shit. Look at that. Honestly, I've rarely seen a cat who is like this willing to be pet. Like he is just like dangling. Boom, 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 boom. Little baby. He is so chill. Such a chill cat. Always drooling. Always sleeping. Always chill. Little baby. Little baby. Little baby. All right, that's enough, Makuki. Yay. Yeah. Look at the happy kitty. Look at the happy kitty. Look at the happy kitty. Oh, Kate from Canada says my late boy cat was like Maki. I miss him. I miss my boy Leopold every day, Kate. I think of Leopold every single. And Maki and Nata, of course, they've brought so much joy to my life. They're never going to replace my boy. No one can ever replace Leopold. You know what I mean? They're their own thing. They're beautiful. I'm sure your boy was beautiful. All right, guys. Way more Maki time tomorrow for members. Much love. Have a good night, everyone. And as always,